the gun. Sends a wide receiver in motion. That is Derek Wright. He gets the hand off. Derek's going to pass it. He's going to throw downfield. Has a receiver caught. 5-yard line. Touchdown! Jalen Powell makes the catch. Punt is away, a high punt. Morgan at the 25-yard line. He could go down to the 50, 40, 30. Leon Morgan for the touchdown. His lightning strikes. Carter back to throw. He's going to step up. He is sacked on the play, tried to step up, and he was just hammered by Parker Workman.
KMTI AM 650, the sports leader in South Central Utah, now presents Snow College Badger football on the radio.
Is going to hand it off to Jalen Warren. Warren up the middle, dancing his way. He's to the 35, 30, 25, 20. Down the sideline, Jalen Warren, touchdown. Now throws it out. It's going to be off the hands. Picked off by Snow. Back comes Ma'a Hall to the 25. Down the far sideline to the 35-yard line. Ma'a Hall with the pick. Braxton Kerr, play action. Back to throw. He's going to fire one across the middle. Has a receiver. Caught. Touchdown. What a pass. The Badgers score. Keyshawn McCoy with the reception.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now let's go live to the football field for live play-by-play coverage of the Snow Badgers on KMTI.
And a good evening, everyone, and welcome to Badger football action on KMTI AM 650 and on YouTube, Snow Badger TV. And welcome, Gary Chittister along with Jacob Chittister bringing you the action tonight from Kennewick, Washington and Lamson Stadium as the Badgers back on the road again. It's been a long time since the Badgers have played at home, Jacob. 4 road games in a row and 2 bye weeks, so a month and a half since the Badgers have been at home.
Yeah, it can be kind of rough having to stay on the road for that long. I think the bye weeks help separate a little bit, get your energy back, ready to go back on the road and get some wins.
Badgers had a couple of really good games, nail-biters, and went right down to the end, beating Lackawanna in Scranton, Pennsylvania with, 30 seconds left on the clock, 20 seconds left on the clock. And then the very next game, beating Butler in almost the same fashion, scoring with about 7 seconds left on the clock to come away with a couple of wins there. 2 weeks ago, the Badgers were on the road against number 2 Iowa Western, a game that I felt like was a lot closer than the final score. They lost by 11, 31-20, but the Badgers were in good shape. They were only down 3 points going into the fourth quarter, but just had trouble executing when they needed it.
Yeah, and this is looking to be a bounce-back week. Come here after the bye, one of the last road games of the season, only one more after this. Got to be a good week. Got to try and have a nice bounce back after that loss last week or 2 weeks ago and see what they can really do.
I really think the Badgers had a great break because they dropped to number 6 number 5 in the rankings, and could have dropped a little bit further, didn't. And then right after that, you have the team from Mississippi losing that drops out of the rankings. That was Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, drops from number 3 to 7. And just like that, the Badgers are right back knocking on the door here for the top teams in the nation. So right now, if we take a look at the NJCAA rankings, you've got Hutch still at number 1. They are at 6-0. They've been number 1 for a long time now. In fact, they were number 2, beat Iowa Western, and those two teams just flip-flopped. And Hutch has stayed at the number 1 spot since then. Iowa Western at number 2. Georgia Military has jumped up now. Georgia Military with 1 loss. Their only loss to Iowa Western as well. And they are now at the number 3 spot. Snow College moves up to the number 4 spot. So to be in the top 4 after that loss to Iowa Western, really the Badgers control their own destiny here the rest of the way.
Yeah, this week, Pacific Northwest isn't ranked, but, got to be a good win here. Get them some momentum for Georgia Military next week, which is going to be a big game. As they said, they're number 3. Their only other loss is to Iowa Western. So next week against Georgia is going to be a big week, but you got to keep your feet beneath you, as you could say, and focus on this Pacific Northwest game.
Yeah, you can't look past this game by any stretch of the imagination. You've got to be ready and take care of business here before you do face that Georgia Military team. And the rest of the way is not easy by any stretch of the imagination either. You've got New Mexico Military on the road, tough place to go and play. They traditionally have a very good team down there. And then you finish at home with Monroe, who has given the Badgers a little bit of trouble. Haven't lost to Monroe, but last year playing in New York, that game it was anybody's game until about the third or fourth quarter in that, and then you finish with Sussex at home. So not an easy stretch here, but you got to take care of business one game at a time to be able to stay in that playoff spot.
Yeah, just got to focus on what's right ahead of us. And Pacific Northwest, they're a pretty solid team, but got to take care of them and not get too ahead of ourselves looking forward to these other games that, like Georgia and New Mexico. Just got to take care of business right here.
All right, so we mentioned the top 4 teams: Hutchinson, Iowa Western, Georgia Military, and Snow College. Let's round out the top rankings here. Garden City Community College is at 5-1. That's one of those Kansas schools that hopefully does not jump the Badgers. As long as the Badgers win, hopefully they stay there. Holmes Community College in that Mississippi Conference, they are at 6-0 and currently ranked number 6. Mississippi Gulf Coast at 7, Northwest Mississippi Community College at 8, Kilgore at 9, Lackawanna at 10, Butler at 11. Both those teams, the Badgers, were able to pick up wins over Coffeyville, Navarro, Itawamba, and Tyler Junior College. Also getting votes is Cisco, Dodge City, and Copia Lincoln. So, again, just take care of business. You can't look ahead too far. You got to take care of the game at hand and take care of business. And the Badgers should find themselves in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it's just when all these teams are ranked, and they all have very similar records. You lose one game, it's like you said, it's lucky we only fell to 4 when at loss after last week. So you got to stay ahead and just make sure you don't lose the simpler games, you could say, and just every game matters so much. You just have to take care of business.
Exactly. So we ought to mention the soccer teams were playing just a few blocks from here earlier this afternoon. That's one of the reasons why this game got pushed back as far as it did. It was scheduled to be like a 3 o'clock kickoff, I believe, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they pushed it back because the soccer teams were playing not on this field, but playing just a little ways away. The women took care of business against Pacific Northwest, defeating them 13-0. The men held on for a 1-0 victory. So the Badgers will finish up soccer teams next week on the road to Truckee Meadows and the College of Southern Idaho, and then they'll be looking at going into the playoffs as well. So congratulations to those two teams picking up wins just a few blocks away from here. We're going to continue with more on the Snow College pregame show in just a moment. Snow College is your community college. You can join Snow on campus to cheer on your favorite teams, experience the magic of live theater, maybe take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. For more information, go to snow.edu. Snow College is your community college. We'll be back with more on the pregame show and an interview with head coach Zach Erickson right after this.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. This enterprising spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. Let's keep that heritage alive. Together, discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I didn't realize just how much of my kids' schoolwork is online. They use the internet to do their homework, take tests, and turn in papers. And with 4 kids all trying to get their schoolwork done at the same time, our home internet has to be reliable. With our new Centracom internet, they can do their homework at the same time. Now they can't use lousy internet as an excuse for not getting their homework done.
Sign up for Centracom internet service with speeds up to 1 gig. Go to Centracom.com today.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of metal roofing and accessories. And here are just a few reasons why you should buy from CO. First, they offer lower prices. Second, CO offers top quality products which can be custom cut to fit your needs. Third, they offer quick turnaround time on all orders. You can pick up at the plant or they'll ship the materials to you. For a free estimate and more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. Toll free 800-262-5347 or online at cobuildings.com.
I'm John Sorensen. I'm a general surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi. For the last 29 years, I've been involved in the U.S. Army Medical Corps and deployed 4 times in the last 15 years. When I got back, I decided I wanted to work in a smaller community and take care of patients. Nephi fits that bill very nicely. The people are wonderful. I think all of my experiences have contributed to making me a better physician. I'm interested in continuing to improve myself and my skills here in Nephi.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. A reminder that there are a lot of activities on campus. To find out more about connecting with Snow College, visit snow.edu for more information. Coach, as soon as we got ready to start this, you rolled your eyes and have to relive this over. But we're going to focus on the positives, because I believe there were some positives, even though, the outcome wasn't what you wanted and maybe not what you expected. But there were some positives in the loss against Iowa Western.
Yeah, there was, and we see, as you watch the tape and you go back and you review those things, there are a lot of good that you can take off of that, obviously, with a lot of things that we can fix as well. I think if we're just trying to pick out a couple things that really stood out to us, I hate pointing out or singling out a certain individual, but, if you watch that game and you watch especially the second half, Reggie Frischnick is a bright spot pretty much every week. I think he ended up with 6 or 7 catches, 2 touchdowns, and 100 and something yards receiving. And so, that was just to be able to see him do that against arguably the top team in the country, tells us a lot about him and a lot about, where we are as a football program. And I know that when you look at the score, right, it's an 11-point game. We go for 2 when we score to try to cut that down to 8. 11 points looks like a lot. Obviously, going into the fourth quarter, it was 17-14. We were right there, and we had some misses that, into the wind, we overthrew people. With the wind, we overthrew people. Into the wind, we actually threw it better into the wind. We had a drop. We had a couple of there were 3 blown coverages that really made the difference, I think, in the game. Well, the 3 blown coverages, the drop touchdown, and the 2 overthrows that would have been touchdowns. That's 6 plays. I think that game is completely different. The onside kick, if we recover the onside kick, that the ball is right in our hands, and we're right there, and I love playing that game. I know it hasn't gone my way for the last 5 or 6 times, but I love that game because it's just that is such a it's the best of the best, right? It's 2 of the best teams in the country playing a knockout, drag-out football game, and there's such mutual respect between the programs that it's such a good experience, and it's good for our kids, and hopefully we'll be able to use it as a huge learning experience because as the rest of the season has shaped up, we control our destiny of getting into the playoff, and so that's why you play those top teams, because it helps your strength of schedule, right? If we play a bunch of nobodies, then who knows what happens at the end of the season. But right now, where we've played the Butlers and the Iowa Westerns and the Lackawannas and the Georgia Military coming up, if we, halfway through this season, we still have everything we need in front of us, and so we'll take the good from that game and hopefully be able to look forward and use that to our advantage as we go throughout the rest of the season.
Okay, two things. No turnovers. I thought that was a huge bright spot. You won the turnover battle with them. And you had 6 penalties, but I still felt like the penalties didn't hurt you as much as it actually hurt them. I thought their 5 penalties, I think it was, hurt them a lot worse. You guys were able to overcome yours.
Yeah, we did a very good job, and I thought Donnie did a very good job of taking care of the ball. The running backs hanging onto the ball. Both of those were huge bright spots. We had the one hold that really set us back. We ended up losing a 30-yard gain. Matt Wilson had a run, and we got the holding call that pulled us back. Outside of that, though, I think you're right. I think the penalties were pretty, and some of them were even pretty questionable. It was a well-officiated game. They're just, you could always question some of those calls. But, yeah, good on the penalties, and it was great not turning the ball over, and we scored every time in the red zone. And so, I mean, we did do some things that were really good. We got to be able to finish that game. And like I said, when you're down 3 going into that fourth quarter, it was right there for the taking, and we had the opportunities in the third and fourth quarters. We just didn't capitalize on them.
All right. And, Coach, the second thing I wanted to bring up, and maybe I'm too much of a pessimist when it comes to the polls, I thought you fared about as well as possible on that. I mean, I thought there was a possibility you could have dropped even further. Just, I don't agree with it, but we know how we've been treated sometimes in the polls. And now you find yourself right back at number 4, and the underdog with Georgia Military coming up after Pacific Northwestern.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. So I'm on the committee this year, so I'm on those calls. And it's interesting. I don't know if that has made a difference, putting me on the call of where people vote us. But, I mean, I think what you're seeing right now is I think there's a good consensus halfway through the season who everybody thinks the top 4 teams are between Hutch, Western, us, and Georgia Military. Obviously, there's some things that will have to play out. Obviously, we have to play Georgia Military. Western and Hutch both have to play Garden City, who's now ranked 5th at 5-1. So there's still some things that have to pan out right there. But, yeah, like I said, we're sitting here at 4th right now, and we control our own destiny. If we do what we need to do and we win out, I mean, 3rd, 2nd is not out of the realm of possibility. And so we like being in this situation. And I think we've put ourselves in a position where now it's on us. Now we don't have to worry about what the poll does. If we do what we need to do, we're going to make the playoff. And so we just focus on one game at a time and one day at a time, trying to get better and see what happens.
Perfect transition into talking about Pacific Northwest. We'll do that when we continue on the Snow College pregame show right after this timeout.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Professor Rock here.
The Food Nanny.
Chandler Scott here.
Samry.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I just want to tell you about this amazing,
excellent,
cool account called My Style.
My Style checking. I'm talking travel points,
gift card, concert tickets.
All just for using my account.
That's My Style.
So check it out.
Give it a shot.
Open your My Style checking account today.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
The pride of the Badgers.
KMTI.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. For more information about online classes, visit snow.edu. Coach, Pacific Northwestern, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they're undefeated as well, or 4-1, so they have one loss. Okay, so they've got one loss coming into this. You played them last year, and so you kind of have an idea of what you're facing, but you're going to be playing up at Kennewick, Washington this time. Does that pose any differences?
You know, I think anytime you have to go on the road, that's less than ideal than playing at home. But we've done it so much, and this is the 4th away game in a row. I think we've got our system down pretty well, and so where, you know, it's a short flight. It's not a big travel game. I don't worry too much about that. I think anytime you go to an unfamiliar place, right? This is our first trip there. That is a little more concerning that, we go to Lackawanna, we go to Western, we go to we know what to expect. We stay at the same hotels. We know what the locker room looks like. We have the same food, exactly. So this is all going to be new. So that part of it, you kind of get anxious about. But I think our guys have had a good 2 weeks. The bye was really good for us. Obviously, after playing Western, you get beat up. And so to be able to have that bye, get our guys healthy, and then we've had a couple of weeks of really good practice. And so they're chomping at the bit, especially after you lose and go into your bye. They're just chomping at the bit to get back out there, go compete. And so we're excited to just get out there and play a game again.
What are the strengths of Pacific Northwestern, things that you've got to plan for?
Yeah. So they're just really sound. So they're not very complicated. They do a handful of things, but they do them well. And so we just have to be able to play assignment sound football. We're going to be physically superior to this team, but the thing is they are very assignment sound, and they play very sound offense, defense, special teams. And so if we make mistakes, they will capitalize on those mistakes. And so we've got to be able to play a clean game and not give them opportunities to capitalize on things that we are doing that are out of character for us. And so for us, it's about just playing assignment sound football, trying to not turn the ball over, eliminating the penalties, not having a blunder in special teams, that dang kickoff return against Western, just pounding in my brain, right? And so eliminating those things will allow us to be able to make sure that this goes the way we all hope and foresee it going.
Now, you mentioned before in the first section of the pregame show that you've really got things in your own hands here. You just got to take care of business. How hard is it not to look forward to the top 5 matchup again next week with Georgia Military?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard for coaches. It's hard for players. But again, I think because coming off the loss and not playing, I really think that has helped us curb some of that because we're just so anxious to play. The guys just want to get back out there and get that nasty taste out of their mouth that they've had to sit with for the last 2 weeks. And so we've been able to really point at that as, hey, you cannot overlook anybody at this point because basically for us, every game from here on out is a playoff game. If we continue to win, we'll continue to go where we want to go. So that's how we've tried to frame it is like, from here on out, every game is a playoff game. And, last time out, we got beat. And so we've got to recoup and we've got to get back out on the football field and remind ourselves and remind the country what we're all about. And so it is definitely in the back of everybody's heads, right? But you have to try everything you can to live in the here and now and be in the present and know, hey, that game doesn't matter if we don't take care of business in this game. That's not a top 5 matchup. It's not a top 4 matchup if we don't handle our business this week. And so I think our coaches have done a really good job of trying to emphasize that throughout the weekend, and we'll see if it sticks come Saturday.
All right. Any health issues or anything with any key players coming into this one?
Nope. I think all those bumps and bruises have pretty much, we expect our full arsenal on Saturday. I'm just trying to go through my head. We get Mario Williams back, who did not make the trip to Iowa Western, and so that's going to be a big addition, getting him back. I think everywhere else, everybody's got bumps and bruises, but we expect our starters and even our 2 deep guys to be healthy and be able to play.
All right, keys to come away with that win then here against Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I think we could break it down into 3 different things, but I think ultimately it just comes down to us playing snow college football, right? We need to be physical. We need to not turn the ball over. We need to dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and then clean up those special teams blunders because our special teams have been, I would say, good, not great. They've been good this year. We've had 1 or 2 little hiccups every so often that and you're like, oh my goodness. And so again, just getting out of our own way and playing our brand of football. And if we do that, we'll enjoy the ride home Saturday night. So.
All right, we'll talk to you on the halftime show and on the postgame show as well. Everything hopefully should work for that, and we'll look forward to that.
Okay, thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Coach. We'll be back with more on the Snow College pregame show right after this timeout.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
In life, we all need a strong support team. In sports and in day-to-day life. We have a trusted, strong support team at Intermountain Stampede Valley Hospital. For up-to-date healthcare tips and guidelines, join our Facebook page and go to our website. From our physicians to our nursing staff, our technicians, and other specialized healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Sanpete County. Intermountain Stampede Valley Hospital, keeping quality healthcare close to home.
Looking for some fun and excitement close to home? Look no further than Snow College, your community college. Join us on campus to cheer on your favorite teams, experience the magic of live theater, take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu/calendar for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, we're your community college.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3-meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
You're listening to Snow Badger Sports on
KMGS. And a good evening and welcome back to the Snow College pregame show. A reminder that Snow College is where you can go for a full what's happening on campus, snow.edu. Snow College is your community college. Gary Chittister along with Jacob Chittister bringing you the action here tonight as the Snow College Badgers, ranked number 4 in the nation, take on Pacific Northwest, the Gladiators. And captains out on the field right now for Pacific Northwestern is Hunter Deckers, the redshirt sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Also number 44, Brody Targett from Kenny, Iowa, and Jeremy Lewis from St. Louis, Missouri. And finally, the last one is Peyton McDonald, a sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska. So in the pregame, Coach feels like Snow College should be able to be physically better than the Pacific Northwestern team, but they've definitely got to execute here.
Yeah, like from what we heard from Coach, it's just physically, yeah, we should be there. It's just this team is very sound, like he said many times. It's a very sound team. Just got to make sure if we hit any of those snags, they're going to be able to take advantage of it and maybe unravel the whole defense or offense or whatever. So we just got to make sure to hold on to the football and just play a nice, clean game and just keep pounding the rock.
I think that's one of the things that the Badgers have been able to do recently over the last few games is being able to take care of business. The first few games of the year, a few more penalties than they probably should have, especially the unsportsmanlike conduct calls or the personal fouls. But the last game, the Badgers were able to avoid a lot of those emotional penalties and take care of business. Badgers will receive the kickoff and get things started here at Neil F. Lamson Stadium. Gary Chittister and Jacob Chittister bringing you the action here tonight. Snow College Badgers with final road game here for a little while. They'll play on the road again in 2 weeks or in 2 weeks at New Mexico Military. High kickoff is going to be fielded by the Badgers, bobbled at the 10. But King returns it to the 15, the 20, the 30. And has not even made contact with anybody till he gets out over the 40-yard line. Nice return by Shandon King.
Yeah, just good blocks there. Just a little scary at first, but he was able to hold on to the football and got behind his blockers and made it really far upfield before even getting touched a single time.
So the Badgers will go 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line on their first possession here. And we'll check in on some of the scores from around the NJCAA. We had 4 games on Thursday. We'll catch up with those here in a little bit. First handoff is going to go to Matt Wilson, and Wilson is going to get out over the 50-yard line. Nope, yeah, Matt Wilson on the carry, and he's going to be close to the first down. Now they're saying he's got it. So the Badgers 1 carry, 1 first down, and that moves the sticks, and the Badgers are in Gladiator territory.
Yeah, can't get much better than that. You know, the O-line held up well and just a well-executed run there. Able to get upfield, make a man miss, and pick up a first down on the first play of the game.
Nice start. Now we've got a little bit of pause here. Well, the referee hadn't started the play clock yet. And, in fact, I'm looking. Oh, there it is. It's over. Yeah, they've got the play clock underneath the stadium scoreboard. Handoff this time to Tillman. Tillman is going to go nowhere as he's hit in the backfield and pushed backwards by one of the team captains, Brody Targert.
Kind of the complete opposite of the first play there. You have, instead of the O-line holding up well, you got a D tackle in the backfield. As soon as the running back gets the ball there, he really has no chance to make a move or anything. It just gets swallowed behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 for the Badgers. Back to passes Donovan. Donovan has a long time, going to go deep. He's got Shandon King, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off at the 1-yard line. Return to the 10, the 15, the 20. The Badgers finally converge, and it's going to be taken down at the 24-yard line. Nice job by the Gladiators to pick off the very first pass by Donovan Smith.
Pretty surprising there. You know, last week, even in the loss, had no turnovers and was able to take care of the football the whole game. But first pass here, just a little overthrown. They had the safety over top with the help there, and he was able to come down with the football.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 now for the Gladiators. Shotgun formation. We had to mention this is a backup quarterback. They lost their starter, and he's going to go down the sidelines and overthrows his intended receiver, who actually had a step. But just a little overthrown. Hunter Deckers is in it. No, excuse me, it's Trent Buda that's in at quarterback.
And, yeah, that's just going to happen sometimes when you got a backup quarterback. It's hard to step up, and especially in a stressful moment like that, you can't expect him to make all those throws. But an overthrow like that should be completion.
2nd down and 10. Again, shotgun formation. Single setback. Handoff is going to be swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to be a loss on the play. Coming through, one of the first guys there for the Badgers was Solomon Langi.
Yeah, and good work on the Badgers defense here, trying to get back off the field. And after the unexpected turnover, force an incompletion and then stuff the run and kind of force Northwestern to get in their playbook here and really find something, take them off guard.
Hard to run against Solomon Ilangi and also Jesse Wilson right there in the middle of that defensive line for the Snow College Badgers. Hunter Deckers at quarterback. He's going to throw the quick screen in and out of the hands. That wasn't going to go very far anyway, but in and out of the hands of Santana Miller.
That'll be a quick 3 and out for Snow there. Good work on the defense to be able to hold them after unexpectedly getting on the field a lot quicker than they expected. But a good stop by the defense there, and hopefully their offense can get something together after this punt here.
Well, the Badgers should get fairly decent field position. Back deep to receive for Snow College is Titan Saxton. He's now back to his 35-yard line. Flag on the play. That's going to be a false start, so it'll push it back another 5 yards.
Just a little early movement on the gunner there, but I'll push him back, and Snow should get some really great field position at the start of this drive here.
Fresh Walters is the punter. Listed as a wide receiver, but he will punt from inside his 5-yard line. Titan Saxton moves up a little bit. Good snap. The Badgers had some pressure. A low bouncing kick is going to be fielded at about the 40-yard line. Breaking a tackle, 45, and taken down at the 47-yard line, and the Badgers will start there 1st and 10.
Yeah, I really thought that was about to get blocked. You know, he had 3 Badgers in the back there, but he just got it off. But consequence, it was pretty low, bounced a couple times before he's able to catch it and make a man miss and get some pretty good field position on the start of this drive here.
So the Badgers started their first drive at the 44, this one at the 47, with 12:53 still remaining here in the first quarter. Badgers on their second possession now. Donnie has 3 wide out, split wide to the right. Handoff goes straight ahead to Wilson. Wilson breaks 1 tackle and gets into Gladiator territory. They're going to mark him down near the 48-yard line.
Yeah, those are the runs you want to see. The first run of the game for a first down, you can't expect that the whole game, but a good solid run right there for 4 or 5 yards, that's what you want to see. If you can get that going the whole game, it'll be hard to stop this offense.
Reggie Frischnick wide to the left for the Badgers. Handoff again goes to Wilson. Wilson touched in the backfield, gets away, and now gets a block from Donnie Smith, turns it upfield. He's got the first down and more as he gets all the way to the 41-yard line, and that was all Matt Wilson.
That was just impressive sight by the runner there. You know, he got caught up right behind the line of scrimmage again like that first drive, but this time he was able to bounce it, get a little scrambling in there, and he was able to bounce it around for a first down.
So the Badgers pick up first down on this second drive. Again, shotgun formation. Donnie Smith with Matt Wilson to his right. Back to pass. Looks downfield. Has time. Now he's going to dump it off to Matt Wilson. Wilson, nice move, still on his feet. Doesn't go anywhere, but makes a couple of nice moves and finally tackled at the 35-yard line, a gain of about 6.
You know, I see what he was going for there. It's a bit of a bigger linebacker there, and he tried to put him in the spin cycle, but linebacker was able to stay ahead of him, got some help to help bring him down. But that was a good run after catch there.
Wilson is going to go off, and the Badgers are going to go with an empty backfield now. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. 3 wide out, split wide to the left. You've got Reggie Frischnick, DJ Overstreet, and Eggett to the left. Donnie's looking to the left. Now wants to run. Now he's going to throw it to the end zone. It's tipped and caught. Reggie Frischnick with yet another touchdown. 35-yard touchdown catch from Donovan Smith to Reggie Frischnick.
Honestly, I feel like the defender played that pretty well. The ball was a little underthrown as the quarterback was stepping up in the pocket, and it was underthrown just a little bit, but he tipped it up just enough for Reggie to be able to get under it and make a nice touchdown catch there.
Extra point coming up for the Badgers. Ethan Mann on to do the kick. Snap is good. The placement's good. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Badgers lead it by a score of 7-0 with 10:59 remaining. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, you know that you're protected. Peace of Mind Insurance Solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
You're listening to Snow Badger Sports on
KMTS.
Welcome back once again to Lamson Stadium. Gary Chittister along with Jacob Chittister as the Badgers get into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Mountain America Credit Union guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details available at macu.com. Badgers also pick up a Douglas Dentistry first down on that. Douglas Dentistry, call 435-258-9001. High short kick going to be taken at the 12-yard line, brought up the left side and hit and taken down. And coming up with that tackle on special teams for the Badgers, Cole Mickle, North Sanpete player, a little fired up there. I'll tell you, Cole Mickle and Dallin Sweat have been 2 of the best special teams players the Badgers have.
Yeah, just 2 high energy guys, and I played with Dallin in high school. I know that guy can hit hard, I'll tell you what.
He packs a punch. Cole Mickle just showed that he can too. So Gladiators with the ball at their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff straight ahead, not much there. In fact, just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like they're trying to get a read option game going, get the quarterback moving, the backup quarterback moving, and see if they can get some run game going. But it's tough to, like you said, tough to run against Snow with those big D tackles down there.
Hunter Deckers, the redshirt sophomore, in at quarterback. And he's going to go with pistol formation this time. Behind him is Luci Fedone. And the handoff is going to go to Fedone, and not much there. In fact, coming right through and making the tackle for the Badgers is Antonio Abram.
Looking like a bit of deja vu, those two plays back to back. Same run play, same result, TFL in the backfield.
Well, they're going to credit Titan Saxton with that tackle. So we'll give that to him. Clock continues to run, just down to 9:45 remaining here. In the first quarter, Badgers lead it 7-0 over the Gladiators. 3rd and 14. Badgers shift on the defensive line, back to pass, and a little quick slant route goes nowhere. And the Badgers able to cover that up. And that one for sure is Titan Saxton on that tackle. And that's going to bring up another punt situation for the Gladiators.
Yeah, just another quick 3 and out. Snow's defense is doing a great job. They're keeping everything in front of them. They're just making sure to make sure everything stays in front of them, and just they can't get the run game going. They can't get the screen game going. I think they're going to have to take a deep shot if they want to try and get this offense going.
Maybe a quick pass outside or something to get outside of those tackles. Low rugby-style kick is going to be fielded on the bounce. Saxton picks up a block, breaks a tackle. He's at the 45-40, lowers his shoulder inside the 40. Mark him out of bounds at the 37-yard line. The Badgers again with excellent field position.
And that's just, I think that's why, you said their guy punting back there is listed as a wide receiver. I think that's maybe showing a little bit with those low punts there. But Snow's able to capitalize yet again and start with great field position.
If you're going to kick those low and try to get the roll, you've got to kick it away from the receiver and make it so he can't field it straight in front of him. 1st and 10 for the Badgers at the Gladiator 37-yard line. Donnie back to pass, has a man in the flats. Pass is going to be caught, and that's going to be enough for the first down. That pass goes to the tight end Cash Kayo.
Yeah, he's just first guy open, just a quick check down. He's able to take it all the way for a first,
Badgers will go now with Shandon King split wide to the right. Drew Patterson in the backfield along with Donnie Smith. Badgers going to go with double tight ends here. Eggett and Cash Kayo. King in motion. They fake it to King, who came in motion. Now a little dump out is going to go back to Cash Kayo. It's a foot race to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Cash Kayo. And that's going to be a 22-yard touchdown pass.
Credit to the O-line there. Held up for a long time. He's able to read the whole field. Finally found a guy open, and the downfield blocking was great as well. He's able to just waltz right into the end zone there.
So Cash Kayo with the touchdown. Donnie Smith, after the interception on his first pass of the game, has now come back and answered with a couple of touchdowns. With 8:02 remaining here in the first quarter, the Badgers trying to make it 14-0. Snap is okay. The kick is up. The kick is good, and the Badgers lead at 14-0. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. This enterprising spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. Let's keep that heritage alive. Together, discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This is Snow College Sports Action on
KMTI.
And the Badgers get into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone once again. Show your school pride with the Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union. Available now at the Ephraim Branch, Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward. Visit macu.com. A big shout out to Jensen Mack, who's back home, hopefully watching the Badgers. And one of the biggest Badger fans. Jensen, thanks for joining us. Kickoff goes to the 6-yard line. Badgers swarm at the 15, and they're going to be generous and mark it at the 18-yard line. And that's where the Gladiators will take over 1st and 10, their own 18-yard line. Badgers kicking that kickoff really high to get good coverage, Jake.
Yeah, they've had completely two different sides of a coin here. Badgers starting in the near their own red zone every single play and every single drive, and Northwestern got the exact opposite here, starting deep in their own territory every drive so far.
So 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. They're going to go with 2 wide out, split wide to the left, 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Pistol formation here with the running back behind Deckers. Man in motion. And it's going to be an option. The pitch back goes to the man that came in motion, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about all. That's Cameron Dunn on the carry.
I do like the idea there. Try and spread out the defense, get outside those tackles there, and give your quarterback a couple options. I like the idea there, just swallowed up very quickly by the defense for a loss of yardage.
7 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here, first quarter. Again, the Badgers lead it 14-0. Tough start. Badgers threw an interception on their first possession, but the next 2 possessions have resulted in touchdowns. Again, pistol formation. Deckers back to pass. Looks over the middle, goes over the middle, and almost picked off.
Yeah, just trying to get a check down, trying to get this quarterback going with some completions, but even those short completions, they're just completely covered up. It's really hard for them to get anything going here.
Matyra Brown had that right in his grasp and could not squeeze it. It'll bring up 3rd and long. Yeah, what do you do? I mean, it's tough to run inside the tackles. We've mentioned that, but you've got to get the ball maybe to some of your athletes, hopefully with in the open field. Maybe try to get something broken, but so far the Badger defense has been swarming. Cuthbertson shows blitz. Now he comes. Pass is going to be over the middle, and a great job getting a hand on it is going to be for the Badgers, Titan Saxton once again. Titan Saxton's been all over the field so far, Jake.
Yeah, pass deflections, tackles, you name it. He's getting them. He's flying on the defense there. He's really giving that quarterback a hard time there, trying to find anyone open.
Well, there's going to be a penalty called on the Badgers. That's going to be a holding penalty. And so that's going to get a first down for the Gladiators, their first down of the game.
Can't rely on the penalties for too long, though. They're going to have to find somewhere to get this offense going.
Pistol formation once again for Deckers. Deckers with 2 men in the backfield. Hands it off to the first man, trying to bounce it to the outside, and that just gets strung out and tackled once again.
Yeah, I mean, they've tried running between the tackles, and the D tackles made sure they ended those hopes quickly, and now they're trying to get it to the outside in the option game, and again, it's just they really can't get much going here in the run game.
Matyra Brown also on the tackle there. Thanks, Nate, for reminding me that I needed to update the score. I forget that I'm the engineer as well. Jake's on the camera. I'm trying to keep the score up to date. You'd think I'd be able to do more than one thing. Handoff again inside the tackles, and maybe a gain of a yard is all.
They really seem to want to get this option game going, and I don't blame him. It's a great way to break up the defense there. It's just Snow is not biting. Quarterback hasn't, I don't think he's kept it once other than when he pitched it, but the quarterback really hasn't kept it, and Snow's noticed that, and they've been making sure to clamp down on those inside runs really hard.
Again, you've got Jesse Wilson and Solomone Lange that are right in the middle of that defensive line, and they have been dominating so far. On the near defensive end, you've got Easton Cook. Badgers shift. 3rd and long. Decker's going to pass out in the flats, a little wide receiver screen, and that's going to come up short of the first down. just short of the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a punting situation.
I think that's been their go-to third down play. I think they've had at least 2 screens on their last 3 third downs, and that one was a bit better than the others, but still not enough yardage to get the first down there.
So the only first down in the game so far for the Gladiators has been that penalty.
The holding penalty.
The holding penalty, yeah. Snap is good, and the kick is away. This is a much better kick. It's going to go over the head of Saxton and take a bounce towards the sidelines, out of bounds. I guess that's one way to avoid the big return is kick it out of bounds, and the Badgers will have their worst field position of the game at the 36.
And that's still not any bad. That's not bad field position by any stretch of the imagination there, but I like the idea from the punter there. He's been probably not too happy with his first 2 punts, so decided to kick it away, let it bounce out of bounds, and it'll give his defense a chance to get their legs underneath them and see if they can hold a stop here.
I think it's a great kick to kick it away from the return man. Don't even give him a chance for the return.
He's shown that he can break tackles and make men miss, so I completely agree with the ideology there.
Badgers go with 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Donovan Smith hands it off to Wilson. Wilson goes to the left, nothing there, and he's going to be taken down for a loss on the play. Badgers trying to run that wide play to the short side of the field, and just no room for Matt Wilson, and a good defensive job that time by Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, one of Pacific Northwest's bright spots so far has been their run defense. They've blown up quite a few runs, and obviously the one where the running back bounced it out, but other than that, they've been pretty good and held them pretty short with their run game here.
Back to 2 tight ends for the Badgers. Reggie Frischnick to the left. Back to passes Donnie. Donnie looks over the middle. Now he's going to scramble to the outside, has some room to run, gets a block downfield by Eggett, the tight end. And that's going to be close to the first down, maybe just a little bit short, but there is a flag on the play as well. The flag is right where the ball is. I'm not sure if this is going to be a late hit, maybe a holding. The Badgers aren't moving back, so it looks like it is going to go against Pacific Northwest. So a late hit is the call, and the Badgers are going to pick up a first down on the penalty. That's the first penalty first down for the Badgers. And that will put them in Gladiator territory at the 41-yard line. Badgers lead at 14-0 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, those late hits, it's sometimes the defender's worst nightmare, but when it's the quarterback, you really got to make sure to stay careful because it's going to get called way more often when it's the quarterback than maybe your running back when you shove him out of bounds.
I agree. Badgers again go with 2 tight ends. Eggett to the left, Cash Kayo to the right. Handoff goes straight ahead to Wilson. Wilson hit at the line of scrimmage and then throw down. Check that. It's A.J. Tillman on the carry and a gain of 1 for A.J.
Like I said, this is one of Pacific Northwest's strengths going into this game is their run defense. They've had at least 1 D tackle in the backfield of most of these runs, and it's you can't expect them to always break that first tackle, especially when it's a big defensive tackle in your face.
Gladiators going with 3 down linemen here, and one of them is severely undersized, but maybe has the advantage with quickness. That's Ahmad Johnson, 6'2", 215, listed as a linebacker, but he's playing that defensive end position on the far side. Eggett in motion, now turns around and goes back. Donnie rolls to his left, throws underneath. That's going to be caught, but a very short gain to Eggett. Eggett falls down to make the catch, maybe a gain of only 2.
Yeah, and I think Pacific Northwest was maybe expecting a run there, but just a quick pass is able to get out. Just a little low. Running back isn't able to catch it and turn upfield like I bet they hoped, but a catch nonetheless, and it'll get them closer to make this third down a bit more manageable.
Stephon Sellers is the wide out to the near side of the field. Reggie Frischnick to the left on a 3rd and long. Frischnick now in motion from left to right. Pass is going to go to Frischnick. Frischnick makes a move. Breaks 1 tackle, turns it upfield. He's going to be taken down inside the 30. It's enough for the first down.
Yeah, just a good play there. You get the guy in motion, maybe get his corner caught sleeping a little bit behind him, and he's able to make a couple moves, make a couple men miss, and able to pick up the first down there.
That's going to be another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing. Show off that smile. 435-258-9001. Just under 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. Badgers getting close to the red zone. They're inside the 30. 2 men in the backfield. Hand off to A.J. And Tillman is going to get down to the 26-yard line. So a gain of 3.
Despite Pacific Northwest being able to blow up these runs, Snow is really trying to hammer home and trying to get this run game going. And a good gain here is going to help start that run game.
I think psychologically, Coach Erickson really wants to have that offensive line dominate, and I'm not going to be surprised if they just don't go away from running between the tackles here. Back to passes Donnie. Donnie goes across the middle, and guess what? That's another touchdown for Reggie Frischnick.
That guy is a nightmare to guard out there. Another guy I played with, and let me tell you, when I was on scout defense out there, that's the last guy I want to see lined up in front of me.
Reggie Frischnick now with 2 touchdown passes. That one, where did that come from? I forgot to look as soon as he made that catch. Was that about the 26?
I believe so.
So extra point coming up. The Badgers get on the board with 1:13 remaining here in the first quarter. The extra point is up. The extra point is good, and the Badgers lead at 21-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
I didn't realize just how much of my kids' schoolwork is online. They use the internet to do their homework, take tests, and turn in papers. And with 4 kids all trying to get their schoolwork done at the same time, our home internet has to be reliable. With our new Centracom internet, they can do their homework at the same time. Now they can't use lousy internet as an excuse for not getting their homework done.
Sign up for Centracom internet service with speeds up to 1 gig. Go to Centracom.com today.
This is Snow College Sports Action on
KMTI.
Snow College Badgers get into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone once again. Mountain America Credit Union guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details available at macu.com. Well, Jake, other than the first possession that the Badgers threw that interception deep down the field, this is pretty much what the Badgers were hoping for and what we kind of expected, and that was 3 dominating drives since then.
Yeah, they've been hammering home that run game, and they run, and then the defense expects run. You give them some pass, and one-on-one with Reggie Frischnick is very rarely going to go well for the defender.
That one, the coverage was pretty good. I mean, the defender got a hand in there, but Reggie's just so strong to be able to make that catch and tuck it away.
Just able to force himself in front of the ball and come down with it. There's not much you can do as a DB in that position.
1:13 to go here. Badgers to kick it off. Very high. Short kick is going to be taken at about the 7-yard line. Badgers come down, blow up that first wall, and making the tackle is it Dallin? No. In on the tackle is Caden Sweets for the Badgers. Caden Sweets with the tackle.
Again, another kick, and this kicker, he's going to stay warm today, I'll tell you what. A lot of PATs, a lot of kickoffs.
He needs to stay hydrated. A beautiful evening here in Kennewick, Washington. Beautiful facilities here, big, nice bleachers. 1:07 to go. And handoff Deckers, and that goes the wrong way, but staying on his feet, now going down. That's Cameron Dunn.
Yeah, trying to get the jet sweep there, get the ball to one of your wide receivers and see if he can turn the edge, but Snow's just in the backfield again, and he can't really make anything of it, trying to scramble around and trying to gain some yards. Instead, he lost a lot.
I'm going to say 12 yards on the loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 22. PA announcer says 2nd and 23, and now that he says that, yep, I think he's right. A loss of 13 on that first down. That puts you behind the sticks badly. Deckers setting up. Trying to draw the Badgers off sides, and instead it draws his running back into a false start.
And that's just going to make this this hole even deeper here. Trying to get those 5 yards, but instead you get them against you, and that's going to be 2nd and 33 or 28, I believe.
Yep, 28.
When they haven't gotten many first downs, when you make the first down twice as far, it's going to really give them a challenge here.
Badgers going to rush 4, and now they come on a little run blitz, and back to the line of scrimmage is about all. It's going to bring up 3rd and very, very long. I'm starting to wonder if the roster that I was given here for Pacific Northwestern is actually correct. I'm having my doubts. I might have to look at the roster that you have.
All right.
I'm going to see if it's the same. So that's the end of the first quarter of play. Snow College Badgers with the lead, 21-0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this timeout.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of metal roofing and accessories. And here are just a few reasons why you should buy from CO. First, they offer lower prices. Second, CO offers top quality products which can be custom cut to fit your needs. Third, they offer quick turnaround time on all orders. You can pick up at the plant or they'll ship the materials to you. For a free estimate and more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. Toll free 800-262-5347 or online at cobuildings.com.
I'm John Sorensen. I'm a general surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi. For the last 29 years, I've been involved in the U.S. Army Medical Corps and deployed 4 times in the last 15 years. When I got back, I decided I wanted to work in a smaller community and take care of patients. Nephi fits that bill very nicely. The people are wonderful. I think all of my experiences have contributed to making me a better physician. I'm interested in continuing to improve myself and my skills here in Nephi.
Your connection for Snow College sports.
Welcome back. I hope somebody's okay. That was pretty loud. Right above us, I think. Something must have fallen. 3rd and long as we come back for the Gladiators of Pacific Northwestern. In fact, make it 3rd and 28 from their own 7-yard line. Badgers with their safety way back. That's Fordham Parks in the middle of the field, and he's standing about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Now we've got a little bit of delay here as the umpire is holding off. One of the officials over talking with Coach Zach Erickson. He's going to come on the field and talk with the white hat now. I'm not sure what Coach Erickson wants to see changed here. But it's going to be 3rd and long. And now the White Hat's going to go over and talk to Zach and give him an explanation. I don't know. Jake, what do you have any idea what the...
I mean, maybe he could be arguing field position since they swapped sides after the quarter, but I think the refs got him at the right spot. I really don't know. It's hard to make out what he's saying from all the way up here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sure either. So they're still over there talking. Again, a reminder that the Lady Badgers soccer team was victorious over the Gladiators 13-0 in a game that was just a few blocks from here. And the men held off for a 1-0, or 1-0. I got to use the correct terminology here for soccer. 1-0 victory. And the Badgers will finish the regular season next week on the road to Truckee Meadows and the College of Southern Idaho. Truckee Meadows is in Reno, or just outside of Reno. So the soccer teams will play on the road to finish out the season, and then the tournament will be held at Salt Lake Community College.
Looks like we got everything figured out here. And
so I've been saying Deckers is the quarterback. It's actually Hunter Everhart. I had the wrong roster. So Everhart back to pass, under pressure, just floats it up, and it's knocked away, almost intercepted by Titan Saxton, who got a hand on it, and he's upset that he didn't make the interception.
yeah, just sticky coverage there. The man never really got any separation on the quick out, but yeah, Snow's just been all over him here. Northwestern's hardly had any chance to get anything going.
Boy, they called a penalty. So the quarterback, Hunter Everhart, was under pressure when he threw it, and they're going to call roughing the passer as he was thrown to the ground after he made the pass. But he was in the grasp when he threw the ball.
Yeah.
So tough penalty. So another penalty first down for the Gladiators. Moves it out to the 22-yard line. And an automatic first down. Everhart hands it off, and that is going to go the wrong way as well.
Yeah, just Snow's D-line, just staying diligent, staying in their run lanes, and just able to dominate this whole game. Just hardly any runs, inside, outside. They just really can't get going.
Anthony Zambrano on the carry that time, and that's going to lose 3 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So the only thing that has not gone well for Snow College is a couple of penalties to give first downs for the Gladiators. Back to pass is Everhart. Going to throw down the side, and it's going to be picked off by the Badgers. And the Snow College Badgers come up with the turnover.
Yeah, just really trying to get something going there, trying to get a big play, but just Snow's defender just jumped right in front of that. He's able to come down with it, and it was pretty accurate. Wide receiver had a chance, just Snow's able to big body him, get in front, and just come down with that for an interception.
So the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Another example of that great field position they've been gifted this whole game.
Exactly. 45-yard line of the Gladiators here, so the Badgers start in Gladiator territory. Donnie Smith looks at the sidelines. 20 seconds on the play clock. Now they bump it up to 25.
Bit of confusion this game so far.
Badgers go with 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. Handoff goes straight ahead to Patterson. Patterson lowers the shoulder, keeps the feet going, and finally taken down after an 8-yard gain. Drew Patterson just did not give up on that play.
Yeah, got first contact from the defender about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage and just got a good push from his lineman, just kept pushing hard all the way for 8 yards to start a short 2nd down.
Again, 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left for Donnie Smith. Patterson in the backfield. Give it to Patterson again. Patterson finds a hole. Patterson breaks a tackle. It's a 1-on-1, and Patterson breaks it to the outside. Touchdown, Drew Patterson. A 37-yard run.
Just a great run there. Followed his blocks perfect, and then in the open field, he made men miss, and just to get to the end zone. Nice jukes there.
So the Badgers pick up a Douglas Dentistry first down. And then a 37-yard touchdown run by Drew Patterson.
Yeah, it's really hard for Northwestern to do anything here. They were stopping the run good, but then after the passing touchdowns, they got to start balancing to be more pass defense heavy, and then they start running the football, and they get in the end zone there with a nice long run.
Boy, the Badgers, I've said it almost all season long. They've got 4 great running backs, and it seems like if you stop one, they're going to come in with somebody that's a little bit different and make things happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like what the Lions have with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. You got
Agree.
One hard runner and then a fast guy. But Snow, when you have 4 good running backs, it's hard for defenses to be able to plan for 4 different guys who have different strengths, different abilities, and it's really hard to be able to stop 4 different runners because if one gets tired, you can bring in another guy. It's just very hard to stop the run with 4 really good running backs.
So the Badgers get into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone once again, and the extra point is up and good. So Snow College leads it by a score of 28-0. And the Badgers also picked up a Douglas Dentistry first down with that great run by Drew Patterson. Douglas Dentistry in Ephraim should be your first choice in dentistry and oral health, from general to sedation dentistry, teeth whitening, and also tooth replacement. Call 435-258-9001. The Badgers getting set to kick off here with that 28-0 lead. 13:27 remaining here in the second quarter, first half. This kick is going to be, again, kind of a high but short kick taken in just inside the 10-yard line, coming to the near side of the field. Breaking a tackle, finding an opening as he cuts back to the middle, but the ball is loose. Are they going to say he was down, or did they recover it? Either way, it's going to be Gladiator ball at about the 27-yard line. On the kickoff return is Jamari Harvey from Jacksonville, Florida.
A nice return there, and return man's definitely going to get his yards today too, as long as the snow's kicker. But good return there. He's able to make a man miss and held on to the football there.
Best starting field position here for the Gladiators at their own 27-yard line.
Well, let's see if they can get the offense going because of that.
Pistol formation here. Again, at quarterback is Hunter Everhart. Everhart turns around, hands it off, and there is nothing there. Jesse Wilson, first man there to make the tackle. C.J. Arroyo on the carry from Omak, Washington. And it's going to be a loss of 3. Back inside the 24.
There's just not much to say about these runs other than Snow's D tackles are just in the backfield constantly. He hardly has any time to look at his lanes or even try and make a move.
Again, Jesse Wilson and Simone Langi. The tackles. This one gets a little bit, maybe back close to the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 2. It's still going to bring up 3rd and 11. You got to hand it to the Gladiators, though, not giving up on the run. It would be easy to find yourself down 28-0 and just completely ignore the run and try to pass to get back into this.
You got to respect them trying to hammer home and try and get that run game started, because when you get the run game open, then the pass game starts to open up. It's just when neither of those can get open here, it's really tough to, as a coach, to decide what you need to do to try and get this offense going.
Everhart, again, pistol formation. 2 wide out, split wide to the right, a single wide out to the left. Tight end on the left side of the formation here. Quick pitch is going to go wide, and the Badgers just swallow that up. C.J. Arroyo didn't have much of a chance. They're trying to get that to the outside, but the Badgers have been able to string that out.
Yeah, trying to get it to the outside, maybe try and show off the speed that maybe like your wide receiver had with the jet sweep, and now your running back with the quick pitch. But just again, just Snow's defense, their D tackles stopping the inside run, and then linebackers and corners stopping the outside run. It's really hard to get anything going tonight.
So a punt situation once again. This will be punted away from inside the 10-yard line. Titan Saxon back deep to receive at his own 45-yard line. A high snap. Good job by the punter to recover. Fair catch is going to be taken, and the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
You know, I think he's starting to get these punts a little bit better, get a bit farther underneath, and he's doing a good job.
Got some air under that one, too, and prevented the return.
Yeah. Just he's really getting to start getting into his zone with the punting here. Is this his 4th one or 5th one of the game so far?
That would be number 5, yeah. 6th possession here for the Badgers. They have 4 touchdowns, and on the first possession, threw an interception. Badgers lead at 28-0 with 11:11 remaining here in the first half. Donnie Smith hands off to A.J. Tillman. Tillman breaks a tackle. Tillman could go the whole way. One man to beat. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, A.J. Tillman from 56 yards away.
It doesn't get any better than that as an offensive play caller. You know, first play, just get a run, maybe get the drive started, and it goes all the way. Big props to the O-line there for holding all the way through that whole long run.
Well, the last possession, a 37-yard touchdown run by Drew Patterson. This time, a 56-yard touchdown run by A.J. Tillman.
Both running backs getting love here and getting to the end zone.
Man now for the extra point for the Badgers. There's the snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. That makes it 35-0. Snow College will be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
Hey, what does the Dentist of the Year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
Live sports coverage of the Snow Badgers on
KMTI.
And welcome back once again to Lamson Stadium. Gary Chittister along with Jacob Chittister and the Snow College Badgers with a 35-0 lead here. The Badgers threw an interception on their first possession. Since then, they have gone from their own 47 for a touchdown, their own 37 for a touchdown, their own 36 for a touchdown, the Pacific Northwest 45 for a touchdown, and now their own 44-yard line and a touchdown.
A little bit of a trend there, just a rocky start, and since then it's been smooth sailing.
This kickoff is going to be taken inside the 10-yard line at about the 8 once again, coming to the near side of the field, and nothing there. Back to the 15-yard line is all, and Jamari Harvey is going to be taken down.
You know, one thing I've noticed from Snow today on defense is just everyone swarming the ball. You've got everyone in on those tackles, at least 2, 3, 4 guys in all these tackles. It's really impressive being able to do that the whole game. As the defense has been on this field like most of the game.
Right. And those last 2 touchdowns, less than 2 minutes apart.
That's just crazy being able to score that fast.
2.5. I'm sorry, 2.5 minutes apart.
And for the defense to not get too tired, even though they've been on the field most of the game.
You're right. It'll be interesting to see time of possession when we get some stats, hopefully at halftime. We've got a new substitution in at quarterback, or it's going to be maybe running the Wildcat. Jamari Harvey, who had the return, kind of runs that as a Wildcat formation, and he's going to lose. No, he's going to gain 2 yards, but he loses his helmet, so he's going to have to come off the field.
Yeah, really looking like they're just trying to get into their playbook, find something to maybe take Snow off guard, to maybe getting some momentum going. And a 2-yard gain there, maybe it's not a whole lot, but I think it could be the start to a good drive here.
He didn't come off the field. I thought once you'd lost your helmet, you had to come off.
It was number 0 who had the helmet come
off.
Oh,
okay. So Jamari Harvey still in it, running the Wildcat. He takes the direct snap, and this time he's going to lose yardage. Now that's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss of 1 more, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
You know, it looks like their plan here is to get the ball into the guy that they know can make the most moves and get the grass in front of him. But even when you have the ball straight to him, snap the ball straight to him, he still can't get way too much going.
Well, they're going to stay with that. So you've got three running backs in the backfield. You've got 2 running backs to the left side of Jamari Harvey. Harvey takes the direct snap, bobbles it, loses it, and he's going to be swallowed up by the defense once again.
Just a little bit of a low snap, and when you're running the Wildcat, that's something you have to be prepared for. Is these guys who aren't – it's usually the quarterback getting the snap, and then you got a running back or wide receiver getting the snap. It's a bit of a difference than getting handed the ball compared to getting snapped the ball, and he fumbled it there, but able to jump back on top of it to allow them to punt and maybe prevent Snow from getting such great field position. And
we've got a new punter into the ball game as well. I thought the punter had been doing okay, at least on those last ones. Now you've got Ethan Seeliger, who is punting it away. And he was under pressure, but he gets a great bounce, forces Titan Saxon back inside the 40-yard line. Returned out to the 45-yard line, and a great open field tackle there by Chauncey Gant. I thought there might have been a penalty as the kicker had a little bit of contact away, but not bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only other reason I could think is taking out the other punter is maybe he got hurt, maybe he's a little tired. You know, it could be something along the lines of that.
Could be. Badgers with the ball at the 47-yard line. Donnie Smith goes with 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. Reggie Frischnick not out there right now for the Badgers. You've got Shandon King wide to the left, and you've got DJ Overstreet in the slot. You've got Eggett in the slot on the other side. Smith back to pass, has a long time, goes a deep crossing route, trying to hit DJ Overstreet, and it was just a little bit outside of his reach.
Yeah, just maybe a little miscommunication between wide receiver and quarterback there. Two defenders in the area, but the ball was placed nicely, is nice enough to not be intercepted.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line with 8:39 remaining in the first half. Coming up, we will have the Snow College halftime show. Experience the magic of live theater on the Snow College campus. Handoff goes to A.J. Tillman, I believe. And A.J.'s going to get a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, just a small falter in the offensive line there. D-tackle is able to get in the backfield and able to wrap up and bring him down after he fought for a couple yards.
It's actually Matt Wilson on the carry. And Wilson is now going to go out. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Badgers. 3rd and I'm going to say a long 8. Badgers go with 3 wide out, split wide to the right. DJ Overstreet goes in motion from left to right. Donnie Smith back to pass. Has time, goes deep over the middle, in and out of the hands. And incomplete, intended out there for Mikel Paiva.
Yeah, they had a couple deep shots to try and see if those were open and clear out the way for some slants coming across. And he had 2 guys pretty open and just barely threw it maybe just a little too hard, little in front of him. And the wide receiver isn't able to bring it in.
Badgers going to go for it here on 4th. Shandon King wide to the left. Eggett in the slot to the left. You got Donnie Smith in the backfield with Wilson. Donnie flushed out of the pocket. Can run for it. Now throws at the last second. He's got Eggett. Eggett makes the catch, and he's got the first down.
Great improvisation from the quarterback there. You know, pocket starting to crumble a little bit. Steps outside, looks to see a scramble, and turns to the middle of the field and finds a wide open wide receiver for a first down.
Oh, you've got a Badger lineman down. So an injury on the field. We'll take this timeout and make it a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Professor Rock here.
The Food Nanny.
Chandler Scott here.
Samry.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I just want to tell you about this amazing,
Excellent.
Cool account called My Style.
My Style checking. I'm talking travel points.
Gift card. Concert tickets.
All just for using my account.
That's My Style.
So check it out.
Give it a shot.
Open your My Style checking account today.
The voice of the Snow Badgers.
KMTI.
The injured lineman making his way off the field is Nate Weifinkel. Hopefully that's not too serious. Weifinkel helped off, and he'll go to the sidelines. Badgers do pick up a Douglas Dentistry first down inside the 35-yard line, mark it at the 34-yard line. Badgers now go with 2 running backs in the backfield on either side of Donnie Smith. Smith pitches it back to Wilson. Nice pursuit out there by the Gladiators, and Wilson is going to lose yardage back to the 36-yard line. That fooled nobody, and the Gladiators' good pursuit out there.
Yeah, when you have the options like that, you have to make sure to stay diligent and know your task. And Gladiators were able to have their linebackers stay out there and make sure to watch the pitch, and they were able to swallow them up in the backfield.
2nd down and 12 now for the Badgers. One of the few times they've been behind the sticks here. 3 wide out, split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Back to passes Smith. Smith going to throw it to Wilson out of the backfield. Wilson really makes a great juke move and gets down to the 20-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Somebody was faked out of their socks right there.
Yeah, he might need to go to the sideline and get taped up after that one.
An ankle breaker.
Yeah.
Matt Wilson just on that little wheel route out of the backfield, and he's a tough one in the open field.
Yeah, even these check downs, they can make men miss, and they're able to get first downs off of what should be, short gains, but they're able to take them all the way for first downs.
3 wide out split wide to the right for the Badgers. Donnie, quick pass out in the flats to Shandon King. King makes the catch, spun around and knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, a gain of maybe 5 on the carry.
Yeah, just a quick out route, getting some fast completions in here. Not doing anything too special, no deep shots, and on these first downs, that's all you need to do. Just get a couple yards, run, or short passes just to keep the sticks ahead of you.
2nd and 5, the Badgers with some subs. DJ Overstreet goes out. Cash Kayo comes in as the Badgers are going to go with 2 tight ends once again. Cash on the left, Eggett on the right, 2 wide outs. Shandon King split wide to the left, and Matt Wilson in the backfield. 2 seconds on the play clock. The Badgers get it away. The pass is going to be to King. Shandon King makes the catch inside the 10, close to the 5. Did I see a flag come down? Yes.
I believe it was a false start.
Okay. Haven't seen Reggie Smith for a while. Oh, offsides is the call on the defense, so that'll be declined. The Badgers will take it first down and move it inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line is where they're going to mark that. So another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing. Show off that smile. 435-258-9001. Again, a shout out to Jensen Mack at home in Ephraim, hopefully watching the game. Hey, Jensen. Back to pass, Donnie Smith under some pressure, rolls out to the right, and he's going to be sacked back to the 10-yard line. Just doesn't throw it away. You can throw that right out of the back of the end zone. Nobody's going to say a thing.
Yeah, when you're this close to the red zone like that, it's a lot easier to throw the ball away. He got outside of the tackles, scrambling, trying to improvise, make a play happen, but in this situation, in this kind of game, I feel like you just want to rifle it out of the end zone, prevent any injuries, and keep some yards for that next down.
So that's going to move it back to the 11, a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 11. Hand off to Wilson. Wilson makes a nice move, but again, there's a defender right in his face as soon as he gets the ball. That's Chauncey Gant that has really made some good moves on that defensive line and forced some problems for the running game.
He's definitely been one of the bright spots for the Gladiators today, and Gladiators are coming in and looking to force a stop here.
3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Nope, make it the 11. 3rd and goal from the 11. Again, Wilson in the backfield. Badgers go with 2 wide out, split wide to the right, 2 wide out, split wide to the left. Eggett now goes in motion from right to left. 5 seconds on the play clock. Badgers still not getting set. Finally takes the snap right as the play clock expires. The little screen pass is going to go to Wilson, and Wilson's into the end zone. Nobody even touched him.
Yeah, just honestly, the Gladiators seemed just as confused as Snow was there, and they were able to get the play off. And I think maybe some of the Gladiator defenders weren't expecting them to be able to get the play off, but they do. Little screen, and the O-line paves the way for him to just walk right into the end zone there untouched.
Wilson has maybe not had the success running the ball. Well, there is a flag on the play, it looks like. I did not see that flag until just now. And it's in the backfield. I'm not sure this. We don't have instant replay. That's kind of partly my fault. But the program we're using to stream here is not conducive to good instant replay in football. It's good for basketball, soccer, volleyball, but football, not as much.
My guess here, maybe they didn't get the playoff before the play clock ran out.
And
That's my guess, but
I was questioning it as well because it was very, very close.
So refs talking here maybe about what times they each had, and I guess we'll see in a minute here what the conclusion is.
I think the flag came – well, there's actually two flags. There's one over by where the Badgers are huddled, and there's one about 5 yards behind where you can see the officials are huddled. And now we're going to have the call here from the White Hat. Well, I think we are. We anxiously await. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the touchdown is going to stand. So an 11-yard pass from Smith to Matt Wilson. And the extra point is coming up here. But then the Badgers will kick it off from the 20-yard line.
So this will give a chance to the Gladiators to see if they can get some good field position, hopefully capitalize on it nearing the end of the second quarter here.
3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first half. And Mann is back on to do the extra point duties here. Ethan Mann from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And the placement's good. The kick is up. Looked like he pushed it to the right, but he does get it through. And the Badgers lead it by a score of 42-0 with 3:11 remaining. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
The station for Snow College sports.
KMTI.
Welcome back once again to Kennewick, Washington. Gary Chittister and Jacob Chittister with you, bringing Badger football action on KMTI AM 650 and on youtube.com/SnowBadgerTV as we're bringing you a live stream from Kennewick and Neil F. Lamson Stadium. Beautiful facilities here. And it seems like it's a little dark out on the field, but or is it just me? Right in the middle of the field. It looks like they're just a little bit dark. Kickoff is a high end-over-end kick, going to be taken at the 21-yard line. Out to the 30. Trying to get to the corner and taken down short of the 35-yard line. Out there for the Badgers once again, Cole Mickle. North Sanpete product. Coming up with the tackle there. Also Cuthbertson, linebacker for the Badgers, in on that tackle as well.
And despite the deep kick because of the penalty flag, very deep, and they were able to cover it pretty quickly with the ball only being able to get to the 30, 34, 33-yard line.
Well, that is the best field position so far for the Gladiators. Looks like the Wildcat experiment is over, and Hunter Everhart is back in at quarterback. Back to pass, has some time, throws deep out, going to be caught, still on his feet, and a gain of about 2 yards is all.
You know, getting those completions can really help your quarterback, give him some confidence. I think it's a good idea to get some short passes in there. With a lead this large, if you're going to try and come back, it's not going to be all at once. You got to get the grass underneath you, get upfield, and just get some confidence in your quarterback here.
Well, the bad news is you're down 42-0. The good news is you still have a whole half to play and time to get back into it if you're going to. Trip split wide to the right for Everhart. Little crossing route, tipped up high in the air. It's going to be incomplete. Boy, that was dangerous.
Got a couple chances there for Snow to be able to come down with it and can't capitalize, but scary throw there, and it'll bring up third down.
3rd and 8. Ball is at the 36-yard line. Badgers still out there with Solomone Longue and Jesse Wilson. at the defensive tackle positions. Ethan Cook on the near side. Trips again split wide to the right, a single wide out to the left for Everhart. Back to pass, looks to the right, throws a crossing route again, and again in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Just can't hang on there.
Yeah, intended there for Demetrius Corbray out of Yakima, Washington. So another punt situation. Well, very unofficial stats, and we'll see if we have anything better here coming up at halftime. But unofficially, 2 first downs is all for the Gladiators, both on penalty.
Yeah, that's not what you like to see. You want to see a couple first downs. Not every drive needs one for that to feel good, but just only coming from penalties isn't a great sign of what's to come in the second half.
Low snap for Jamari Harvey, who is now punting as well. So Jamari Harvey listed as a defensive back. We've seen him run the Wildcat. Actually, is it Jamari Harvey or Blake Spear? They're both listed as number 1. But I think the PA announcer has been saying Jamari Harvey as well. And now he punted the ball.
And he had a return, and he's been on every part of the ball today.
Great athlete. So the Badgers have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Possibly the last possession here of the first half. They start with 2:09 remaining in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Smith. Smith hands it off. It's going to be A.J. Tillman. Tillman out over the 35-yard line, still keeps the feet churning. Finally taken down as he gets to the 36-yard line.
Just what a game he's been having, Even when Gladiators' their run defense has been pretty solid, being able to get in the backfield quick, but it's hard to bring that guy down. Even when you have 2-3 guys on him, he can keep churning for extra yards.
So that's going to be the 2-minute warning. We'll take the opportunity for a timeout as well. We'll make this a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
In life, we all need a strong support team. In sports and in day-to-day life. We have a trusted, strong support team at Intermountain Stampede Valley Hospital. For up-to-date healthcare tips and guidelines, join our Facebook page and go to our website. From our physicians to our nursing staff, our technicians, and other specialized healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Sanpete County. Intermountain Stampede Valley Hospital, keeping quality healthcare close to home.
You're listening to the Snow College Sports Station.
KMTI.
Snow College Badgers with the ball, 2nd down and let's call it 6. I was going to say 5, but let's call it 6. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right for Donnie Smith. Smith, long snap count, now looks to the sidelines. Play clock is down to 15. Have we got A.J. Tillman in the backfield or Matt Wilson? I think it's A.J. It is. Back to Smith, passes Donnie, goes high over the middle. Oh! What a catch. It was a big hit, but what a catch, and holding on to it, DJ Overstreet.
Yeah, great hit, but even better catch and able to hold on, and crowd reacted pretty heavily there to that nice hit there.
Well, I did too, and I wasn't sure DJ held on to it. He didn't really react much, just pops up and hands the ball to the official. 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Clock continues to run, 1.5 minutes to go. Donnie back to pass, shuffles in the pocket, flag comes down. This is going to be a great pass and a lot of yardage down the sidelines to A.J. Tillman, but I think it's going to come back with a hold.
Yeah, offensive line was blocking pretty good there, but sometimes when that happens, you have to think maybe it's holding or something to the likes of that.
I think that's right in that neighborhood of where that is, and Donnie had a long time to throw, and sometimes that's why you have a long time to throw, is because of that holding call. And they're going to catch Brumfield with the hold. So that'll move it back to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20 with 1:26 to go here. And again, after that first possession that the Badgers had that resulted in an interception, the Badgers have scored on 6 straight possessions now.
Yeah, that's just when that first drive just ended in an interception, kind of worrisome, and then they just bounce right back and just get rid of any doubts.
Eggett comes in motion. Handoff is going to come to the near side. Drew Patterson gets the corner, out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So a pretty good gain, a gain of 7. They're going to mark it at the 42-yard line. So it gets a big chunk of that holding penalty back. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 with 1:19 to go.
Now the question is, can they make it 7 straight drives of scoring despite the holding penalty?
We'll find out. Patterson to the right of Donnie Smith. Now Donnie says, no, I want you on the left. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. DJ Overstreet goes in motion. Play action is going to be a little wide receiver screen to Shandon King. Shandon makes the catch, turns it upfield, gets into Gladiator territory, and taken down at the 47-yard line. It'll be short of the first down, but it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 2 great chunk plays there to make the 1st and 20 much more manageable. A 3rd and 2 much more manageable than the previous 1st and 20.
We're under a minute to go here in the first half. Same play. This time goes to DJ Overstreet. DJ stays on his feet. Finally is going to be called down inside the 40-yard line, so that'll be enough for the first down.
Usually see running backs fighting for those extra yards, but that's a wide receiver out there fighting for those yards, and they couldn't even bring him down.
DJ lost his mouth guard. They throw it back to him. He wipes it on his pants, and it goes right back in his mouth. Badgers go with 3 wideouts split wide to the right. Shandon King, the lone man here on the left. Clock continues to run. Badgers not in much of a hurry here with 35 seconds to go. DJ loads up, goes deep down the sidelines. He's got Shandon King, and King cannot hold on to it. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock at 27.5.
Just barely overthrown. Great ball, just a little too far out of reach. He had 2 guys beat, the safety and the corner. Wasn't enough to contain him, but just a little overthrown there. Wish they have that throwback.
Double coverage, and Shandon King was able to get away from it. 2 wideouts split wide to the right now. DJ Overstreet, not sure where he's going to end up, but he's in the backfield right now. Reggie Frischnick checks back in. So Rob Nielsen, the athletic director who was on the sidelines over there, did tell me Reggie was okay. I was worried a little bit. In fact, Reggie still doesn't have his gloves on. 27.5. I think they're going to Reggie. There it is. Deep out. Reggie makes the catch inside the 30. That's going to be enough for the first down. So did Reggie even get his gloves all the way on? Maybe they're trying to get another touchdown for Reggie. 19.2 seconds remaining. The Badgers are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. A Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC.
Looking for some fun and excitement close to home? Look no further than Snow College, your community college. Join us on campus to cheer on your favorite teams, experience the magic of live theater, take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu/calendar for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, we're your community college.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a 3rd location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
19.2 seconds remaining. Donnie Smith back to pass, throws the out. He's got DJ Overstreet, makes the catch, and steps out of bounds inside the 20, make it inside the 15-yard line at the 14. Badgers get another Douglas Dentistry first down with 12.6. Now you can take a few shots at the end zone, Jacob.
Yeah, you got a good amount of time. You still got your timeouts with you. You can work the sidelines, but you're close enough. You can take a couple shots if you really need to, make a run or two, catch them off guard. But, yeah, just trying to go for the end zone here one last time before the half.
Badgers, I believe, still have 2 timeouts as well. So you're not limited to the sidelines or the end zone. You could do something over the middle. Smith back to pass, has time. Flushed out of the pocket now, throws to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Eggett. Check for flags. No flags on the play. Touchdown will stand. So the Badgers get a touchdown to Eggett. And Eggett, Caden Eggett with the touchdown pass will have the extra point coming up here. So the Badgers score with 5 seconds remaining here in the first half. What did I say, about 16 yards? Was that what it was? 16, 17? All right, I'm going to go with 16. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this timeout.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
The home of the Snow Badgers.
So, correction on that. It was we're going to officially make it a 14-yard touchdown pass. Donnie Smith to Caden Eggett. And the Badgers now lead it by a score of 49-0 with 5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, if I'm the Gladiators coach here, I'm just going to, kneel this out, get in the locker room and figure out what's going on with my team, figure out what's going on in defense, talk about the good parts, figure out what's going on in the bad parts, and just get your team together,
Right. Kickoff is going to be short, and actually nobody comes up and fields it, but that was a live ball, and finally it's covered up with 3.7 seconds remaining. Coming up here at the beginning of the half, we will have head coach Zach Erickson as he goes into the locker room, and we'll have him ready here in just a moment on the last play coming up here from the 24-yard line. For the Gladiators.
It's not like a punt there. Kickoff, it's a live ball, so it's important to remember that and make sure to hop on the ball.
Gladiators looks like just going to take a knee here as all the Badgers come running up to the line of scrimmage. And that is going to end the first half of play. So joining us here at the beginning of the halftime show, we've got head coach Zach Erickson. Coach, I'm guessing other than the interception thrown on the very first possession, everything has gone according to plan.
Close. I think we've done an okay job. It took us a second to kind of get firing on all cylinders, but yeah, I think we were able to clean some things up and do what we wanted to do.
Okay, so what kinds of things are you looking to do here in the second half? I know you took out Reggie after that second touchdown, brought him back in again. Are you looking to get some more playing time for some of the non-starters, or are there still some bugs that you feel like you need to work out in the second half?
Yeah, no, our starters will be done. We'll get a lot of these guys that are, guys that are depth guys that can hopefully help us later on or throughout the season. We're going to try to do everything we can to get them ready, and you'll see most of those guys throughout the second half. Okay,
help me out, Nate Weifinkel. I know he was kind of tender going off the field there. He was injured for a little bit.
Yeah, so precautionary. He could go back out and play, but we're going to keep him out, make sure that he's healthy going forward.
Is that one of the things maybe that happens that as a coach you start thinking, all right, yeah, I don't even want to tempt fate here, and that's one of the reasons why you bring the starters out, or is it more just we need more playing time for some of the second and third string?
Yeah, it's both. We don't want to risk injury of any of our starters, but at the same time, we also need to be able to grow and develop our depth. because at any second those guys could become starters. So it's a little bit of both. We want to make sure we keep our first guys healthy. We also want to make sure we're developing that depth in case those guys do need to step up and play for us.
All right, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time here at halftime. Good luck here in the second half. We'll talk to you on the postgame show.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Gary.
All right. Thanks to Coach Erickson for taking the time to talk to us before he goes into the locker room. Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 49-0. Their first possession results in an interception, but after that, Jacob, they really were firing all cylinders and were able to do almost anything they wanted to do.
Yeah, the run game was open, the pass game was open, just anything they wanted to do, it got done. Every single drive there after the first ended in a touchdown. Really impressive to be able to do that, but it's also important to give the defense, the Pacific Northwest defense, their flowers. They're on the field almost the whole game. They had some pretty big plays, stopped a couple runs. They got to a couple third downs, even a fourth down. Snow just elected to go for it, and they converted, which bit of a bummer there for the defense. But, you know, I think they have some things that they need to build on. They have some things that they did good. They need to work. They need to talk about those and come out in the second half ready to get on the board. You know, get some points, get on the board, get your players feeling good about next week, who you're playing next week, and just yeah.
Okay. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. We'll be back with the Snow College halftime show. Snow College is your community college. Join Snow on campus to cheer on your favorite teams. Maybe visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College is your community college.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. This enterprising spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. Let's keep that heritage alive. Together, discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I didn't realize just how much of my kids' schoolwork is online. They use the internet to do their homework, take tests, and turn in papers. And with 4 kids all trying to get their schoolwork done at the same time, our home internet has to be reliable. With our new Centracom internet, they can do their homework at the same time. Now they can't use lousy internet as an excuse for not getting their homework done.
Sign up for Centracom internet service with speeds up to 1 gig. Go to Centracom.com today.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of metal roofing and accessories. And here are just a few reasons why you should buy from CO. First, they offer lower prices. Second, CO offers top quality products which can be custom cut to fit your needs. Third, they offer quick turnaround time on all orders. You can pick up at the plant or they'll ship the materials to you. For a free estimate and more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. Toll free 800-262-5347 or online at cobuildings.com.
I'm John Sorensen. I'm a general surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi. For the last 29 years, I've been involved in the U.S. Army Medical Corps and deployed 4 times in the last 15 years. When I got back, I decided I wanted to work in a smaller community and take care of patients. Nephi fits that bill very nicely. The people are wonderful. I think all of my experiences have contributed to making me a better physician. I'm interested in continuing to improve myself and my skills here in Nephi.
The pride of the Badgers.
KMTI.
Welcome back to the Snow College Halftime Show. You can experience the magic of live theater, maybe take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. Visit snow.edu for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College is your community college. And joining me here on the Snow College Halftime Show is Athletic Director and Vice President Rob Nielsen. And, Rob, you wanted to talk a little bit about Pacific Northwest. You've become pretty good friends, I think, with Bob Nash, who's the president, right, of the college? Or
Right, Bob. It's an amazing story what he's done. I think in 1992 he started a K-12 school, a Christian school, and he built that up to 600 or 700 students, and it's doing really well now. And so then he decided 10 or 12 years ago to try it with this the community college. So he built this college with probably 40 or 50 students, had to go through all of the legislation of a community college in Washington, and then they tried to join the NWAC with all the other community colleges, but because of their Christian beliefs, they were told that they would have to give some of those up. and they said, well, we won't do that. It's too important to us. So then they joined the NJCAA. And so, they added athletics 3 or 4 years ago. They have 2 soccer teams, men's and women, and they have football. And they're just trying to build that up, but their enrollment's gone from about 40 students to over 200 students.
Wow.
And they've got plans. We were at the soccer stadium today with their building, and they've got plans to grow and develop a really neat program and a neat school here. So they've got to raise all their money. But Bob, the president, he does it all. He's the athletic. I mean, he's running this show tonight, and I just have a lot of respect for what they're trying to do here. And it's, our kids have more talent. We have a lot more resources and things than they do, but impressed with the program that they're building and the things that they do to try and help kids have this experience in this area.
One of the things that I like about this is there's really nothing else up here in the Pacific Northwest as far as a football program for community college, as it were, right?
Right. These guys are playing 4-year schools, JV programs, Division III programs. And so it gives kids an opportunity to come and play at a really reasonable rate. They're playing kids that are playing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year in tuition over at George Fox and some of these other 4-year schools. And these guys are a lot more reasonable than that. And so it's a chance for people to play football and continue trying to do the things, but they're also doing it educational-wise and teaching them principles that are really positive. So I think they're doing some good things. It's I feel bad, we're a better football team.
Oh, yeah.
And we have more resources, and we should be doing this. It's just, you feel for the other team when they're trying hard and doing things the right way. So kudos to them and these kids trying hard. And our soccer team, our women's team played today. They won 13-0. The men's team, they won 1-0. And this group here, they had a chance. They had chances to tie us and to be in the game. So they're building and they're getting better and will continue to grow and improve as they have. It just takes time. We've been going since 1888. Football for 125 years. And so with that comes experience and a lot of resources and things that these guys will eventually get. But it's nice to have them in the conference. Nice to have them a chance to somebody play in the West Coast.
So with the soccer, they are playing a full Scenic West Athletic Conference schedule, correct?
Yes.
They're an official member of the Scenic West.
Right, and the travel partners, NIC. So our guys drove up to Coeur d'Alene, played them on Thursday, had both teams won there, and then they came down here on Friday, played today, and they'll go home tonight and tomorrow. So it's quite a trip for our soccer teams. All of our teams, so volleyball, softball, basketball, will all be coming up to North Idaho. They won't be playing here, just soccer and football plays here. But these guys are planning on adding basketball in probably 25 or 26.
So they've got plans down the road of eventually increasing their athletic. What's the word I want?
Yeah, they want to participate in almost all the sports. They'll be looking at volleyball, basketball for men and women, softball eventually. So who knows about baseball? But they have a plan. This guy, he's got a 10-year plan. He's got buildings. He's got about a $24 million fundraising campaign he's just starting.
Wow.
And very aggressive ideas of how to build and what to do. The place we played soccer used to be kind of like a Topgolf driving range, and that was donated to them, and then they converted that into, that's where the football team practices and the soccer team plays and practices. So it was a driving range, and now it's a beautiful, it's a nice place for them to play. So it's kind of neat what people do when they just get a vision and start working.
And this is really just the whole brainchild of Bob Nash then.
Yep, and he's got guys helping him and donating things. But and I asked him, I says, what do? You get up on Monday morning, there's 1,000 things you've got to go do. How do you decide which one today? Raise money, run the school, run the athletic department, just so many things that he works at. And he's got a great attitude, and he's doing a great job of building this program.
So you say how many students?
I think I have around 200.
Okay, and you got to figure you've got at least 65 or so here playing football, and then you've got 15, 20 on men's soccer and 15, 20 on women's soccer. So that's almost half your student body right there in just athletics.
Right. It's really similar to what we're doing in Richfield. When you think about it, we're adding wrestling with about 70 kids, and cross country will have 50 or 60 kids. And so that's going to be, 120 kids on that campus out of 300 or 400. So they're trying to do the same thing with athletics, of building that a group of students that they can have social events and different things on their campus. And so it's kind of like we're doing in Richfield. They're trying to increase what that campus can do.
So is the campus a centralized location?
They've got one building.
For education?
Yep, that's where the classes are, and they have that. They do some online, but they have a building, and that's where they meet and teach their classes. And then they've got plans to build around that building several other educational buildings.
So they do have room to expand with the campus, as it were. Now, I noticed that a lot of these players are from Washington, but they do have a few players like from Jacksonville, Florida, and different locations. So do they have like dormitories or the off-campus housing? How does that work with them?
I don't believe they have any on-campus housing. They're really restricted on their recruiting budgets and things. So these coaches are people that were high school coaches at some of these high schools that play here, and they're just working. And the reason they play us, they said the reason we play is we have to gauge where we are.
Right.
And you guys are what we want to become, and so we play you, we learn from you, and each year we hope to get a little bit better and able to compete. So pretty much a regional recruiting and regional play for most of their kids here.
Which I like. I mean, in my mind, when you say community college, it should be community.
Right.
I mean, I know that that's not the case with, within the NJCAA and I'm not saying this to badmouth, but you look at the athletic programs of Salt Lake Community College or, some of those programs. To me, it's not community college. It is a community college, but they're looking to win national championships, and you don't do that by recruiting community kids necessarily.
Right, and that's kind of interesting. I think we've done a better job recently of recruiting more in-state and local kids,
Agreed.
not so many from out of state or a long ways out of state. So it's nice to see local kids doing well. You take a kid like Reggie; he's a unique player, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. There's going to be a lot of people now that think, see, Reggie did it, everybody else can. Reggie's he's a unique player and is doing a wonderful job of assimilating into the college ranks. So it's a great example of having local kids do well, and we're excited about that.
Right, and we've mentioned some of the others local as well. You've got Cole Mickle, who's been playing on special teams and doing an amazing job. And I think at some other schools he might be starting on that D-line, but you look at our D-line, and that's kind of hard to break into.
Yeah, and those kids, they're deep. They have 7 or 8 guys that are really good that are doing that. And if he just has to be patient and continue to learn, and then he'll get his chance, and he can be one of those guys. But yeah, as you see tonight, I don't know that they've given up very few yards in tonight's game.
I know Drayson's working on live stats. I don't know if he's caught up. You're caught up? Okay. So it looks like rushing yards for Pacific Northwest minus 32. In fact, total yards here, yards per play is a minus 104 for Pacific Northwest. So that defense has been just.
Yeah, they're just outmanned. I mean, our guys are bigger, faster, and stronger. And when you meet that person in football, it's not a very fun night. That guy across from me is bigger, faster, and stronger than you at almost every position. So our guys are doing what they're supposed to do. Kudos to them in executing and keeping things how they should.
Yep. We'll see what happens here in the second half, and hopefully get some other players in, and we'll be calling some new names out there for you. But we'll take this opportunity for a timeout on the Snow College Halftime Show. There's something for everyone at Snow College. You can dive into the action, make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu for more information. Snow College is your community college.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Professor Rock here.
The Food Nanny.
Chandler Scott here.
Samry.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I just want to tell you about this amazing,
Excellent.
Cool account called My Style.
My Style checking. I'm talking travel points.
Gift card. Concert tickets.
All just for using my account.
That's My Style.
So check it out.
Give it a shot.
Open your My Style checking account today.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
In life, we all need a strong support team. In sports and in day-to-day life. We have a trusted, strong support team at Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital. For up-to-date healthcare tips and guidelines, join our Facebook page and go to our website. From our physicians to our nursing staff, our technicians, and other specialized healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Sanpete County. Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital, keeping quality healthcare close to home.
Looking for some fun and excitement close to home? Look no further than Snow College, your community college. Join us on campus to cheer on your favorite teams, experience the magic of live theater, take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu/calendar for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, we're your community college.
You're listening to Snow Badger Sports on
KMTI.
And welcome back to Lamson Field in Kennewick, Washington. Gary Chittister and Jacob Chittister with you, bringing you Snow College Badger football action. Jacob, you had a chance to look over my shoulder here at some of the stats. Anything that jumps out at you?
I mean, what doesn't jump out at you when all the stats are so skewed? You know, it's you're used to seeing shutouts. It happens pretty often, but negative rushing yards at the half and only six passing yards?
Yes, passing yards is 6.
It's just crazy to see only 6 passing yards and then negative 32 rushing yards. And 2 first downs, both of which came from penalties. You know, it's a defensive masterclass by Snow here, and it feels a little unfair to a point.
I agree with you completely. And let's quickly give you some stats for the Badgers. 17 carries, 140 yards. So they're averaging 8.2 yards per carry. 18 receptions for 239 yards, so averaging 13.3 yards per reception.
Just insane average.
Both sides of the ball just dominating. And the Badgers will kick off to start the second half. And so Northwestern will get their first possession here of the second half. And again, we mentioned this too. The Badgers did throw an interception on their first possession, no punts. So after that first possession interception, touchdown. So the Badgers scored from their own 47, their own 37, their own 36, the Gladiator 45, their own 44, their own 47, and their own 32. So the Badgers have had good field position and they've converted on all of those good field positions with touchdowns.
Just all three parts of the ball, the offense, defense, and special teams, just playing amazing. Give it props to special teams. They've been pinning them deep, hardly giving them good field position at all, and getting their own good field position with good kick returns and punt returns.
And I guess you were able to hear the interview with head coach Zach Erickson at half. We probably will not see any of the starters at all here in the second half.
No, and I wouldn't expect to.
Kickoff is taken at about the 7-yard line, coming to the near side, breaking a tackle at the 20, 25, 30, still on his feet, drops the ball, and it's going to be recovered by Snow College. Oh, finally a good play by the Gladiators, getting out to the 35-yard line, and then a fumble is going to turn it over to the Badgers.
Yeah, he was looking really good. You know, he made a couple people miss, and he was getting upfield. Almost had a chance to break it off for even more there. Just got a little too greedy with it maybe, and just didn't hold on to the football. And now Snow's going to have even greater field position than they've had in the first half.
Fighting for that extra yard, and it comes back and bites him. Kyson Condi is going to get the starting call here at the beginning of the second half. Drew Patterson to his right. Condi in shotgun formation. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts to the right. And we'll try to get all of these players in there. Brevin Balser is split wide to the left. High snap is going to be taken by Condi. He throws it the last second, and it's knocked away by, is it Jebu Garcia? No, Hunter Handy.
Yeah, a little trickery there, you know. Fake the handoff and then have a guy out in the flats to throw to. A little scary throw. The defender sniffed it out pretty quickly, and he got down there, able to swat it away. But, yeah, and I expect to see a bit better defense and offense coming from the Gladiators, considering Snow putting in some of the backups here.
Condi, long snap count, now looks to the sidelines. In the slot formation is Cale McCoy for the Badgers on the near side. This time it is a handoff to Patterson. Patterson breaks a tackle, and he's down near the 26-yard line. It's going to be just short of the first down, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a great run to help negate that first down that was incomplete. 3rd and 1, you got short yardage, you know. Whether they get this or not, you know, points are option on the table. You know, you can kick a field goal if you don't get the first down here, but I would expect a run, and the way this O-line's been holding up, I'd be shocked if they weren't able to pick up this first down with a run.
3rd and 1, Patterson in the backfield. Here comes the option, and Condi's going to keep it. Condi has the first down, and he's inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 19.
A little read option there. He likes what he saw, run right up the middle, and able to pick up a good chunk of yards there to get the first down.
Yeah, he wasn't even touched until he got to the second level. So 1st and 10 for the Badgers, mark it at the 18-yard line. Clock continues to run here. And that's something we talked about off air. Do you kick a field goal? I mean, the Badgers have not tried a lot of field goals, and that might be something that you're going to need later on. Condi again keeps it on the option. And he's inside the 15-yard line, close to the 10. Mark it at the 11, so a gain of about 8.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, the kicker, he's only done PATs mainly, hardly any field goals all season. Do you want to try – yeah, that's the question. Do you want to try and give him some deeper shots and maybe boost his confidence, let him know – it gives you a good sense of where you can kick from and in those harder games coming up.
High snap. Condi bobbles it and wisely just falls on it. That's going to bring up 3rd and long now.
Good, able to jump on the football there, and he's ran the ball a couple times here. A couple read options, and he's been keeping it for himself, trying to make a name for himself as a backup quarterback here, trying to prove himself maybe with these runs he's keeping.
Condi's both of Condi's parents were Snow College graduates, and they made the trip. I'm trying to remember which trip that they went with us on. Well, I can't remember. I think it was the Butler, Kansas game. Condi under pressure. Flag going to come down. That's going to come back on a holding. Condi keeps it. Condi scrambles, and he's going to be drilled before he gets out of bounds near the 10, but it's all going to be for naught. I think we're going to have a holding call that's going to bring that back.
Yeah, great moves in the pocket to able to stay up, but when that happens, when you're shifting around, the D linemen trying to change their angles, it's the O-line, it's a lot of times you're going to get caught on a hold there. It's hard to stay in front of a guy and not hold him, especially when you see your quarterback so close, trying to keep him protected and doing a little extracurricular to force a holding there.
So that's going to be marked off from the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. So back to the 27, 28. They're going to mark it at the 28. So it's going to be 3rd and about 18. Full house backfield now. Staley has Patterson on one side, and I'm not sure who the other running back is. Laofo? Isaiah Laofo on the right, and Drew Patterson on the left of Condi. Condi, 2 wide out, split wide to the right. Now Patterson goes in motion. Condi back to pass. Has nervous feet, now throws it towards the end zone, and that's going to be caught. Intercepted.
Wow.
So an interception is going to be in the end zone. And that's going to give the Gladiators the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Looked like a great pass. I think he got his hands on it, and then the DB was able to just steal it from him and came down with it to force the interception there. What a great play by the defense.
Condi's been under a little bit of pressure in the pocket. That time I felt like he was maybe a little nervous in the pocket because he had time, never did really set his feet before he made the throw.
Maybe a little nervous after that big hit he had.
That's true.
At the sideline over there.
So 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. The ball at the 20-yard line. Single setback, pistol formation. Now man in motion from right to left. Handoff is going to go to the running back who actually retreats before he tries to get upfield. And that's going to be no gain.
Again, they're trying to get to the outsides, maybe exploit any of those any backup linebackers, corners that are in the game now, but the backups aren't being fooled here, and they were able to hold their ground despite the option there and able to bring him down for no gain.
Again, pistol formation. Trey Workman is the man behind the quarterback. Hunter Everhart. 2nd down and 10. Everhart takes the snap, looks to the left, throws, got a man out there, but it's going to be incomplete. Little miscommunication there as the intended receiver had turned it upfield, and coming underneath to try to get the interception was Matyra Brown.
Yeah, quarterback was throwing for a flat. Looked like the receiver ran a wheel. He was already upfield. Great dive by the defender there, almost able to get under it, just not able to wrap up on that football.
3rd down, again pistol formation here for Everhart. Running back in the backfield behind him is still Trey Workman. Pass is going to be in the flats, and it's going to be caught, but well short of the 1st down, but at least positive yards that time for the Gladiators, and it'll be a punt situation here on 4th and long.
Yeah, I think the plan there was to get the ball to him, see if he could make a move, get to the 1st down, but little low. The only way he could be able to catch it was to fall down on it. Not able to get up, as it's not the NFL. You can't get up.
Right.
So not able to get up and make a move, so they'll have to punt here.
So a punt formation. Punter very deep. Snap is good, has time, gets the kick away. They kick away from the return man, who this time was Brooks Esplin, back to receive the punt. It does go out of bounds, and the Badgers will take over 1st and 10. They're going to mark it at the 45-yard line. Well, we'll see if the same thing happens in the second half here that happened to start the game. The Badgers' first possession of the second half resulted in an interception.
And then touchdowns from there.
7 touchdowns after that. We'll see if Condi can engineer a touchdown here for the Badgers.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of runs here, bring the clock down. No need to drag this game out when the score's lopsided like this.
Badgers won last year in Ephraim, 55-0. Condi is going to keep it and throw at the last second, and that's going to be taken up the sidelines. On the reception is going to be Makai Paiva.
Again, that backup quarterback, he's kept it every time on the option, and there, his wide receiver was there. I don't know if that was intended to be an option to throw it, but, I mean, hey, he's there. He's not going to make a gain by running it, so able to dump it off for a big gain there and a first down. Very impressive improvisation there.
So Makai Paiva on the reception. That's enough for another Douglas Dentistry first down to the 40-yard line of the Gladiators. Condi again with Patterson in the backfield. Now Patterson moves from the right to the left. 9 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Handoff to Patterson. Patterson waits for the hole to open. Turns it upfield, and he's going to gain about 7 yards, maybe 8 before he's taken down. They're going to mark him down at the 32, so a gain of 8.
Yeah, and even like you said at the beginning of this game, Snow has all this depth at running back in there. He's showing it. 3 guys to bring him down, and those are big defensive guys, and still takes 3 of them to bring down this running back.
So A.J. Tillman finishes with 4 carries, 72 yards. Drew Patterson now has 5 carries and over 60 yards. I don't see, there's Wilson, 7 carries, only 8. So Wilson not able to make the gains on the ground like he has in the past. And I think that might be a false start.
Still a little too antsy to get downfield in there.
Cale McCoy in the slot, and he took off downfield, but he was the only one that moved. So it's going to be 2nd down and 7. Condi, quick pass out in the flats, wide receiver screen. And that's going to be enough for a first down inside the 30. So Brevin Balser on the reception gets the first down for the Badgers.
Yeah, just trying to get some quick throws under this running back's feet. You know, our quarterback. He had the interception on the first drive. Try to get some confidence in him in these short throws, and then maybe see for a deep shot or just a little more deeper shots than what he's been having so far.
Is that better, Nate? Nate Johnson, one of the few people still watching the game, I think, criticizing me for not having the score up on. There it is. Condi, pass in the flats. It's going to be caught, or on the sidelines, I should say. And that's going to be a short gain. $49-0. Badgers with the lead. 7:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Badgers are going to go with 3 wideouts here to the near side of the field. A single wideout to the left. Again, it's Patterson and Condi in the backfield. Condi at quarterback. Patterson now moves from the right to the left. Handoff to Patterson. Patterson tries it right between the guards and is tackled after a very short gain. Maybe back just to the line of scrimmage at the 25. Oh, apparently Bob Trithal's still listening too. Thanks to Nate, Bob, maybe Jensen Mack still listening. Big third down here for the Badgers. Play action. Little wide receiver screen, and good job by the Gladiators to sniff that out. So here's something we talked about. Not on air. You and I talked about it a little bit. Do you go for a field goal here?
I think it's a good idea, too.
I do, too.
In a game like this, where the score's so lopsided, you're too far to punt, obviously.
Too close to punt?
Too close to
Yeah.
punt, yes. Too close to punt. Going for it on fourth doesn't really do you much, It's good to get these backups reps, but they're going to have reps throughout the rest of the game in the fourth quarter. I think going for a field goal here is a great idea. Get your kicker some confidence. Let's see if he can see how he does from this far back.
I think this is Mann trying the field goal. It's going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt. The kick has got the distance. And the kick is good. A 44-yard field goal for the Badgers. And I like that because there's going to come a time eventually when you're going to need a field goal. And now you build a little bit of confidence as a head coach and an offensive play caller. We could kick a field goal if we need it.
Yeah, if not kicking as many field goals all season, it keeps him fresh, but also you maybe not know his range, how he feels about it. And when a big game comes, tie game, not much time left, and if it's fourth down and you're not as close as you'd like to be, it's good to know what he can hit. And there, you can see he can hit that, and that's going to be helpful for games in the future if they come down to a field goal.
Exactly. So the Badgers put some points on the board. 44-yard field goal by Ethan Mann. Ethan Mann from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And apparently my wife and daughter are listening too. That would be your mom and your sister.
Thank you.
So the Badgers set to kick off here after scoring with 5:39 remaining in the third quarter. And the Gladiators back deep at their 5-yard line awaiting this kick. It's going to be a high end-over-end kick carrying into the end zone, and it's going to go out of the end zone. And so the Gladiators will start at their own 25-yard line. And I'm going to do it right now, Nate. There's the field goal. Well, the Badgers will get on the plane following the game tonight, fly back home, and next week is homecoming as the Badgers host the number 3 team in the nation, Georgia Military College. And it is homecoming. Everhart at quarterback. Pistol formation here. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Snap is good. Quick crossing route. Going to be caught. And all the way out to the 41-yard line on the reception is Darius Bailey from Lincoln High School in Tacoma, Washington. And that is the best play and the first down, not by a penalty, for the Gladiators.
And that'll double their passing yards of the whole first half in that one play.
Wow. Bailey definitely one of the better athletes on this team. And he lines up in the slot to the near side of the field here. Pass is going to go to him again on a little wide receiver screen. And he's going to gain, looks like 3 yards out to the 45-yard line.
I like what they're doing here. Get your good players the ball. Even in a game like this, you still need to make sure those guys feel good about the next week and the next week. And getting him the ball, we're going to make him feel better, about next week. And it's important to keep feeding him the ball. Even in games like this where you may just want to run the clock out, you need to still show some effort and try and get on the scoreboard.
Everhart at quarterback, pistol formation, back to pass again, looks over the middle again. This pass is going to be knocked down incomplete. Intended for Demetrius Corbray.
The stats may not show it, but I think this quarterback, he's had a pretty good game despite the circumstances. A lot of receivers dropping the football, but he's been pretty on point, pretty accurate the whole game. Just a couple drops, makes the stat sheet look a little more skewed against him. But I think despite the circumstances, he's done as well as he can.
3rd down and 7 from the 45. This is the furthest upfield that the Gladiators have been all evening. Again, pistol formation for Everhart. Trip split wide to the right. Everhart looks to the right, throws on the little flat, and that's going to be another first down. And the Gladiators are into Badger territory for the first time on the evening.
Looks like we have.
And a late flag comes in.
And an inch. Oh, no, he's good. He's up.
Little extracurricular going on there. Badgers just walking away. Hayden Mangale just walks away from what's happening. We'll see if that goes against the Badgers or if it goes against the Gladiators. Wow, another 15 yards, so another first down on penalty. So Gladiators deep into Badger territory. This is the first time that they've been in Badger territory, now all the way to the 31-yard line. We'll see if the Gladiators can put some points on the board here. I know the Badger defense, a lot of pride not wanting to give up any points here. Trip split wide to the right for Everhart. A single wide out to the left, that's Darius Bailey. Again, pistol formation. Pass is going to be a crossing route, too high, intended for Bailey. I'm not sure. Did Bailey maybe turn that upfield a little bit too soon and the quarterback thought he was a little deeper?
Yeah, I think he ran a little too shallow of a slant. Quarterback was looking just a little bit deeper, just slightly over his head. And honestly, Snow DB, if he played back a little bit more, if he was a little more off that guy, he could have had a chance to pick it off. But still, just a little overthrown on that one.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, Tripp split wide to the left for the Gladiators. Everhart takes the snap, looks to the right, throws the quick turnaround route there, the little button hook, and that's going to be low, incomplete. Intended for Damon Ross.
Yeah, just 2 quick incompletions will bring up 3rd down here. And you got to wonder if they have what's their kicker situation? Maybe they try and go field goal.
Yeah, maybe. And again, if you do kick a field goal, it's maybe to give him some practice or just to avoid the goose egg that's on the scoreboard right now.
Bit of both.
3:41 remaining, 3rd quarter. Badgers showed blitz. Now they back off. Everhart throws the quick screen to the wide receiver, and that's going to lose 2 yards. On the reception out there is Jordan Leonard, but he's tackled immediately.
Yeah, on plays like that, you either have to get you're hoping it's zone coverage. Your guys' defense plays back a bit. You got to get the ball out even faster. He got it out fast, but if you want your guy to be able to make a move and get upfield, you got to get that ball out even faster, and it has to be an agile wide receiver, shifty guy to try and make a move on that first guy.
So they're going for it here on 4th and 12. Tripp split wide to the left, single wide out to the right. Everhart with 7 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap, looks to the right, now goes over the middle deep, and it's incomplete. You had 2 Badgers there that were ready for the interception. One undercut the other, and Cam Mamalis just looking at his teammate saying, "What did you do? I had that in my hands."
Yeah, just 2 guys just looking for some stats in this game where they're getting some more playing time and better field position for not picking it off, but I think they weren't so worried about the field position there.
Right. So that will be over on downs, and the Badgers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33. Apparently your grandma is watching too.
Thanks.
1st and 10 for the Badgers at the 33. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Drew Patterson in the backfield with Condi. Handoff to Patterson. Patterson, huge hole. Gets it upfield and a gain of about 8.
Yeah, just great running this whole game by Snow. And even their backup quarterback, everyone's been running really well other than the starter, but he didn't get too many handoffs. And just great running from everyone. Every touch has been going for much yardage, very good yardage.
Handoff again to Patterson. Patterson again, a big chunk of change, and he's going to be out over the 45 to the 47 and a Badger first down. You mentioned Condi. He's got 3 carries for 15 yards, so Well, he's actually got 10 yards net, so 3.3 yards per carry for Condi. 1st and 10. Handoff again to Patterson. Patterson breaks a tackle, still on his feet, lowers the shoulder, breaks another tackle, and he's all the way to the 30-yard line. Drew Patterson just breaking tackles and gaining yards, but this is going to come back on a penalty. And that is a long ways away from the action. Well, the crowd says holding. Now they say no foul on the play? Okay. That flag was a long ways away from anything that was happening, but they're going to say no flag.
Yeah, it might just be some bit of frustration between the players maybe. Just this team is kind of tired of what's been happening, and maybe just a little bit of frustration there.
So the Badgers at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, a minute 28 remaining here in the third quarter, and the clock starts up once again. Now pistol formation for Condi. Turns around, hands it to Patterson. Patterson tries that left side, and he's going to gain maybe a yard is all. Good pursuit that time by the Gladiators.
Yeah, and they've had some pretty good plays on defense this whole game. You know, they've given up some big plays, but they've also had some pretty good stops. They've had a couple TFLs. They've stuffed a couple runs, and stopped a couple guys short of first downs. It's just one of those good plays they have is usually followed up by a big play by Snow.
2nd down and 9. 2 wideouts to the right. Condi brings the tight end in motion. Runs the option, keeps it himself. Condi right up the middle, breaks a tackle inside the 5, dives to the 3. Nice run.
He was really looking for that end zone there, trying to stretch out and get in there.
I thought he was going to make it.
But impressive running again by the backup quarterback.
Kyson Condi on the carry. Yes, Gary McKenzie, this is maybe a game that the Badgers can win. 11 seconds remaining, third quarter. Here comes the option again. Kyson's going to keep it and step into the end zone. Touchdown. So the Badgers haven't scored on every possession, or not scored a touchdown on every possession since the interception to start the second half, but they have scored on every possession.
Yeah, the field goal on the last drive was able to keep that streak alive, as we could say. And the quarterback there barely missed the end zone on that first read option. Second one, he gets it in this time.
Just as the third quarter is coming to an end, the extra point is up. The extra point is good. So the Badgers get into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone once again. Show your school pride with a Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union. Available now at the Ephraim branch. Mountain America Credit Union is guiding you forward. Visit macu.com. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
Little Caesars of Ephraim and Nephi have expanded to a third location in Gunnison, inside Gunnison Sinclair. Hours Monday to Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come enjoy classics like crazy bread, cheese, pepperoni, and 3 meat treat pizzas. Little Caesars also offers wings, dip, soda, and an awesome family meal deal, including 2 liters of soda, pepperoni or cheese pizza, and a crazy combo for just $9.99. Come enjoy one of the best deals in America. Little Caesars, Ephraim, Nephi, and Gunnison.
You're listening to Snow Badger Sports on KMTS.
Badgers get into the end zone on their 11th possession. They now have a touchdown and a field goal here in the second half. Everybody getting in the action here. Your grandpa's watching too. It's fun when I can make my son smile once in a while. Kickoff taken at the 10 and out to the 20. And caught from behind. On the tackle for the Badgers is Isaiah Laofo, backup running back out there on special teams, making the tackle. And that will end the third quarter of play with the Badgers leading 59-0. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter right after this timeout.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, you know that you're protected. Peace of Mind Insurance Solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
This is Snow College Sports Action on
Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Snow College Badgers with the 59-0 lead here. The Gladiators with the ball from their own 20-yard line. Badgers up on the line of scrimmage showing blitz. They come and they get some pressure, but it's going to be picked off, but this is probably going to come back on a pass interference call. It's actually intercepted by Jet Solomon, but there are 2 flags on the play, and usually in the location where you might have a defensive holding or a pass interference, Jacob.
Yeah, unfortunate for the guy who picked that off there, you know. I don't know. I didn't see anything that would indicate pass interference, but looked like a lot of the players, it felt like there was a whistle early on that one. Looked like a lot of the players started jogging before the play was even over, so.
Well, we'll wait for the official call here, but officials are huddling near the 20-yard line. Now here comes the call. Yeah, it is a defensive holding call. And so that will nullify the interception return for a touchdown by Jet Solomon. And it'll give the Gladiators 1st and 10 now out to the 30-yard line. Again, Hunter Everhart is the quarterback in pistol formation for the Gladiators. Trips split wide to the left, a single wide out here to the right on the near side of the field. It's going to be a slant. This one is picked off. No flags on the play. And it's going to be returned for a touchdown. That's Ty Smith with the interception. That time, Jacob, just miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback has been having to do a lot of these quick throws. That's what I've noticed. It's mostly quick throws coming out fast, and it looks like the wide receiver wasn't ready. Quarterback was looking for a hitch. Wide receiver went a little deeper, a little farther, and the corner was ready for it. I mean, every corner's been noticing every throw's been really fast, so he stayed under it, able to take advantage of that and take it all the way for 6.
So the Badgers pick up another touchdown here, getting into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone, this time by the defense. Ty Smith on the interception return. The extra point is up and good by Ethan Mann, and the Badgers lead it by a score of 65-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
In the days of the Mountain Men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. This enterprising spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. Let's keep that heritage alive. Together, discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This is Snow College Sports Action on KMTI.
Welcome back as we're just barely underway here in the fourth and final quarter. The Badgers defense picks up a touchdown. Ty Smith on the pick 6. Ethan Mann on the point after is good. And the Badgers lead it by a score of 66-0, and they will kick it off here. Kind of a little deja vu. The Badgers had the pick 6 that was called back on the defensive holding, and almost the exact same play, Jacob, turns into a pick 6.
Yeah, very next play, just different person and just a little shorter of a throw, but yeah.
Very high, short, end-over-end kick is going to go out of bounds. And now a flag comes in.
Since the kick went out of bounds, the Gladiators will get pretty good field position here at the start of the drive.
Yeah, and depending on what the penalty is, that could be tacked on after the placement as well. I haven't seen any signal. Maybe, well, I thought I saw
the kick
a flag.
out of bounds is
that's
the
the
penalty,
flag, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering if there might have been another one. Okay, good call. Yep. So the Gladiators have the ball at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 wideouts, make it 3 wideouts, split wide to the right. Single wide out to the left for Hunter. Quick pass out in the flats again. This one bounces at the feet of the intended receiver, Tyson Moore. No, Nehemiah Garcia. The Gladiators have some real size at some of these wide receiver positions. Jordan Leonard, they list him at 6'1", but he's got to go at least 240.
Yeah, they're built almost more like safeties. Now, you have to question if some of these guys are playing both ways.
That's something I hadn't thought of, and maybe we ought to watch for. 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes nowhere. In fact, that's going to be a loss of yardage. First one in on the tackle for the Badgers is going to be Cole Mickle. Cole Mickle's got a motor. You know, he is all over the field.
He sure does, playing special teams the whole first half, and now he's getting his chance in the second half, and he's showing his worth there.
Playing defensive end on this near side, and he got upfield quickly, and there was no chance for the running back for the Gladiators. That's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 32-yard line. Again, Cole's lined up on this near side at defensive end. And the handoff goes nowhere. A lot of action after the play there, but first player in there defensively to make the tackle for the Badgers, I don't have the number. 56 is who I thought was in there, but I don't have a 56 on my roster. But no gain, and that's going to force a punting situation. So again, a reminder, next week is there a 56 on this one? Jacob's handing me a roster here. Oh, yeah, Jordan Taula. Maybe I need to update my roster. Thank you. And the Badgers jump off sides. And number 4 points at number 4. B.J. Inman saying, hey, he moved. Number 4 on Pacific Northwest. Trey Barrett's pointing back. Well, no harm, no foul. It's still going to be 4th down. 4th and 8 now. So again, a reminder, next week is homecoming. Badgers are hosting the number 3 team in the nation, Georgia Military.
That's a game with a lot of implications for the final standings.
Still more games to play, but you're absolutely correct. Nice high kick above the lights even. Badgers do a good job of fielding it at the 25-yard line to the 30, 35-40, 45-50. Breaking tackle still finally wrestled down at about the 20 or 41-yard line. Who is that on the carry or on the return? Is that Titan Saxton that was back in there? No. Is it Brooks Esplin? I think it was Brooks Esplin.
Yeah, it looked like he had a chance to go all the way there, but someone just got a hold of one of his limbs and was able to wrestle him to the ground there.
But the Badgers' excellent field position here at the 41-yard line.
It's been a story all night.
Yeah, good field position. You're absolutely correct. The worst starting field position for the Badgers has been the 32-yard line. Condi and Patterson in the backfield. We've called them quite a bit here. Cale McCoy in the slot to the left for Snow College. Wide to the left is Brevin Balser. Handoff is Patterson. Patterson finds a hole and turns it upfield. Is it just me, or has the second-string offensive line been able to get a few bigger holes in this game?
They've been doing great, and great patient running there. He sat behind, he waited for the blocks, and that's usually something you see like from a veteran move. But he was able to stay patient, wait for his blocks to develop, and then burst through with a lot of speed and able to pick up a good 7 yards.
Badgers with 233 yards rushing on 29 carries. Man in motion. Play action. Going to be a wide receiver screen. Thrown by Condi. On the reception is Anu Ajabul.
Yeah, and they're keeping it simple here. You know, wide receiver screen, kind of an extension of the run game. You know, screens are So they're just keeping it simple here, bringing the clock down, and just keeping it simple, feeding the ball to some different guys and stuff, and just trying to bring the clock down.
Trip split wide to the left. Kale McCoy. Mikel Paiva and Brevin Balser on the near side. Condi back to pass. Throws a little crossing route underneath. And out of bounds inside the 20. Make it at the 18-yard line. 11:13 remaining here, fourth quarter. Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 66-0. Now it's just preparation, stay healthy for hosting Georgia Military coming up this next Saturday. Again, that is homecoming. Badgers finish with Georgia Military, at New Mexico Military, and then at home on November 9th and 16th against Monroe and Sussex. Little sweep here for Anu Ajabul. Oh, they said Brevin Balser? I thought it was. I thought that was 89 on the carry, no? This is one of those nights I should have kept my little binoculars here. The lighting is really different here. It's LED lighting, and there's some real hot spots.
And some real dark spots.
Yeah, thank you. I know your eyes are a lot younger than mine, but I appreciate you agreeing with me. Hand off to Patterson. Even if it's not true, thanks for agreeing with me. Hand off to Patterson. Patterson's down to the 5-yard line. Looks like it'll be just short of the first down. Oh, they're going to give it to him. First down. It's going to bring up first and goal from the 5. Clock continues to run. We're under 10 minutes to go here. And now the officials call timeout. And one of the line judges comes running in. And we'll see what he's going to talk about. Oh, they're going to say he did not get the first down. It's going to be second and inches. So they take away the first down. But the Badgers have the ball at the 5, second and inches. Condi with Patterson in the backfield. High snap, handoff to Patterson. Patterson comes back to the left. Looks like it was designed to the right, but he comes back to the left. He's going to get the first down. So first and goal now for the Badgers. Even the PA announcer has been fooled on what they just did. Condi looks to the sidelines. He's got a wide out, one wide out to the left, 2 wide outs to the right. Hand off to Patterson. Patterson kind of waits for the blocking, maybe picks up a yard or so, and that is about all. Kyson Condi tries to push him into the end zone, but is unable to do it.
Yeah, it looked like it was a bit of a – it looked kind of like the QB was keeping it for a second. He ran up to the line with the running back and then handed it off. Bit of a weird play there, but gain of a yard. Clock continues to run, and see if they can punch this in here.
Condi and Patterson in the backfield. Again, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 wide out to the left. High snap, hand off to Patterson, and nobody touches him. He's in the end zone, touchdown.
Can't mention it enough, but this O-line has been blocking pretty fantastically. A lot of big openings and a lot of these plays. The pass blocking in the first half was phenomenal. Just great work by the big boys up front there.
I agree completely. There have been some big holes. Point after coming up for man. Okay, a couple of things that you need to be thinking about here. Little Caesars Player of the Game coming up on the post game, as the extra point is up and the extra point is good. And the San Pete Steel Man of the game. Keep that in mind. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
I didn't realize just how much of my kids' schoolwork is online. They use the internet to do their homework, take tests, and turn in papers. And with 4 kids all trying to get their schoolwork done at the same time, our home internet has to be reliable. With our new Centracom internet, they can do their homework at the same time. Now they can't use lousy internet as an excuse for not getting their homework done.
Sign up for Centracom internet service with speeds up to 1 gig. Go to Centracom.com today.
Live sports coverage of the Snow Badgers on KMTI.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes and 29 seconds remaining. Snow College Badgers have now gone up by a score of 73-0. Highest scoring game of the year officially for Snow. Their previous was Community Christian 70-0. Kickoff is going to go towards the sidelines, takes a bounce, and the Badgers are going to field it. Pacific Northwestern did not field it. A high short kick. Pacific Northwestern was going to thought it was going to go out of bounds. It bounced straight up in the air, and the Badgers fielded it.
Yeah,
Jacob.
like I mentioned earlier, it's not a punt. Punts, it's not a live ball. Whenever it lands, and if the recovering team doesn't pick it up, it's wherever the kicking team touches it. But they just let it bounce. They thought it was going to go out of bounds, and Snow's able to recover it, almost like a deep onside kick there.
You don't see that too often, right?
No,
I mean,
you really don't.
That's a really weird play. And if you're thinking the defense can come up and signal for a fair catch on that.
Yeah, it just seems like they're kind of maybe a little scared
not
of
not
hit
what to
very
do
hard.
with it. Yeah, okay.
a little worried there, but yeah, just big mistake there. Is going to give Snow great field position yet again.
Laofo has now checked in for the Badgers at running back, and he's going to get to the 25-yard line. Little confusion here with the Gladiator fans as well. You just don't see that play very often.
No, usually if it's an onside kick, it's pretty obvious it's an onside, and it makes sense, but you don't really ever see a kickoff go in that middle range and then get recovered by the kicking team.
2nd down and 5. Low snap. Hand off to Laofo. Laofo is 10 yards downfield before anybody even touches him. And he's going to be taken down at about the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. So Isaiah Laofo now in for the Badgers. Trying to look real quick here and see how many people have carried the ball for the Badgers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He becomes the 8th player to carry the ball for the Badgers. And we have an injury on the field. We're going to take this timeout as well. This will be a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. Having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee, check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of metal roofing and accessories. And here are just a few reasons why you should buy from CO. First, they offer lower prices. Second, CO offers top quality products which can be custom cut to fit your needs. Third, they offer quick turnaround time on all orders. You can pick up at the plant or they'll ship the materials to you. For a free estimate and more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. Toll free 800-262-5347 or online at cobuildings.com.
I'm John Sorensen. I'm a general surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi. For the last 29 years, I've been involved in the U.S. Army Medical Corps and deployed 4 times in the last 15 years. When I got back, I decided I wanted to work in a smaller community and take care of patients. Nephi fits that bill very nicely. The people are wonderful. I think all of my experiences have contributed to making me a better physician. I'm interested in continuing to improve myself and my skills here in Nephi.
The station for Snow College Sports.
KMTI. Welcome back to Badger football action. Gary Chittister and Jacob Chittister with you, bringing the action here tonight. Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 73-0. The Badgers threw an interception on their first possession of the game and then scored 7 consecutive touchdowns. Threw an interception on their first possession of the second half, then scored on a field goal and 2 touchdowns, and they're knocking on the door once again. 2 wideouts wide right for Condi. Condi hands it off to Laofo. Laofo gets inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. And another Badger is slow to get up here. Looks like another injury, and we'll take another timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Professor Rock here.
The Food Nanny.
Chandler Scott here.
Samry.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I just want to tell you about this amazing,
Excellent.
Cool account called My Style.
My Style checking. I'm talking travel points.
Gift card. Concert tickets.
All just for using my account.
That's My Style.
So check it out.
Give it a shot.
Open your My Style checking account today.
You're listening to the Snow College Sports Station.
KMTI.
Gary Chittister, Jacob Chittister with you in Kennewick, Washington at Neil F. Lamson Stadium, where the Snow College Badgers have a 73-0 lead. Beautiful full moon over there above the scoreboard. You get a shot of that? There we go. Right here on the edge of the Columbia River in Kennewick, Washington. Nice job. We had a little pan to the left, a little tilt down action from our camera operator and color commentary man. Badgers rush out here on 2nd and goal, and now a flag comes down, and it's delay of game. So that's going to push it back outside the 10-yard line, mark it at the, 14? Yeah, 14. 2nd and goal from the 14. Actually, it's not 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and 11. The Badgers look like they can get a first down just inside the 5 or inside the 3. Condi on second down, hand off to Isaiah Lauofo, and Lauofo gets a big chunk of that back as he gets down to the 6-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and, what do you say, Jake? About 4, 3rd and 4?
Just about. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium.
3rd and 5. So are we going to see maybe another field goal?
We very well could, and that'd give the kicker quite a bit of points today.
Yeah, that's going to put him in the category of contending for the Little Caesars Player of the Game. Little Caesars makes their dough fresh in-house every day, and they use 100% mozzarella and Munster cheeses. So a 3rd down here for Snow. Hand off to Lauofo. Nope, guess what? Touchdown. Isaiah Lauofo from 8 yards out. 8-yard touchdown run.
At some point you got to wonder if they're going for the school record for points in one game. 80 points here if he makes the PAT.
I don't think I've seen 80. I've called a lot of games. I don't know that I've seen 80.
80's a lot. So.
80's a lot of points. And the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. And another flag comes in, and another flag comes in. So multiple flags come flying, but we're going to take a break, and we'll sort it out after we come back. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the Connecting Your Life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
The voice of the Snow Badgers.
Okay, the Badgers still kicking off at the 35. Did we sort out the flags? Did you see, was it offsetting?
It was an unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense.
Oh, we declined the penalty. Thank you. Drayson Ball helping us out here with the stats and saying in 2021, the Badgers on two of the first games of the year scored 83 and 84?
85-0.
85-0?
And 84-7.
And 84. Okay. So I have seen 80 points before. But I'm getting old, and the memory's not as good as it used to be. But that's why I have people around me like Drayson Ball to keep me in check and keep me informed. High kick is going to be taken at the 20-yard line to the 25 and taken down at about the 30, 31-yard line. Jaden Wright on the tackle for the Badgers. Jaden Wright, a redshirt freshman. Also in on the tackle is Jordan Taula. All right, so I was going to look out there. I haven't seen him the whole trip, and I'm wondering if he made the trip, but I'm not going to say anything until. But now I've started it. High snap, new quarterback in there for the Gladiators. That's going to be no gain. New quarterback out there is Isaiah Giles. Isaiah Giles from Medical Lake High School, Medical Lake, Washington. Oh, what? Okay. So it's going to bring up second down and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. Pistol formation for Giles. Giles takes the high snap. Going to keep it himself, trying to find some room to run, and comes on the right side. Taken down by Cole Mickle. Also in on the tackle for the Badgers is Caden Sweets. So a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6. Clock continues to run with 4 minutes to go. So the Badgers have scored on every possession other than the first in the second half. They did get the field goal and then 3 touchdowns.
No punts.
No punts for the whole game.
No turnovers on downs, just interceptions and
2 interceptions.
Touchdowns and then a field goal.
High snap goes over the head of the quarterback, and then he is just swallowed up.
Luckily able to recover that one, but he paid the price. Big hit.
Giles, an athletic move just to get up and get a hand on that because that snap was headed to the end zone.
That snap was very high above his head. Maybe a little bit of a shorter quarterback in now. Center's got to get used to that. And first 2 snaps do not bode well for them.
Isaiah Giles, 6 foot. 6 foot freshman. So a punting situation here.
Looks like Snow will have a chance to beat that record of 85-0 if they manage.
Looks like a timeout is going to be taken by the Gladiators. We'll take a timeout as well. Time for you to think more about our Little Caesars player of the game. For fresh pizza fast from classic hot and ready to deep, deep dish hula Hawaiian, make a pit stop at Little Caesars. And a reminder of the Sanpete Steel Steelman of the game. Sanpete Steel Man of the Game is given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game. Sanpete Steel, done right and on time, supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence. We're going to keep it right here with the Badgers leading 80-0. Like I said, I don't remember 80, but I'm glad somebody reminded me that we did score 80 twice in 2021. But we haven't done it since then. So 80-81, or 2021 till 2024, so 3 years, and we're back in 80. And this is the fourth shutout of the season for the Badgers. Badgers shut out the Utah Islanders 56-0, and Community Christian 70-0. High kick, and the Badgers are going to let it take a bounce. It takes a Badger bounce, and it's going to be picked up by the Badgers. They try to pick it up, and now it's going to be returned by Pacific Northwest. Or are they going to say it was down?
Got a lot of whistles. I think it was down.
I don't see any flags. And the officials are going to talk things over here. Did it? I'm wondering if that kick actually touched a Gladiator, and then that's why the Badgers tried to pick it up and run with it.
A lot of confusion here. It's
and they're going to give it to the Gladiators. So the Gladiators are going to get it back, and they're going to have the ball at the Badger 44-yard line.
So a muffed punt recovered by the Gladiators is going to give them some of their best field position they've had all game.
Definitely their best starting position. They were able to drive deep into Badger territory on
a few drives.
Yeah, their 10th drive took them into field goal territory, we thought, but they went for it on downs and turned it back over. This is the first time starting in Badger territory at the 44 with 2:47 remaining. And back in at quarterback is Hunter Everhart. The ball is loose on the ground and recovered by the Gladiators.
Another bright spot you could say for the Gladiators is that they've been able to recover most of their fumbles.
Yep.
They had the one on the kickoff, the first kickoff of the half, and that one wasn't recovered. But every other fumble they've had, like in the backfield, they've recovered.
And correction, it is Giles that's still in at quarterback, Isaiah Giles. Well, both teams have had 2 interceptions. Badgers have thrown 2, and the Gladiators have thrown 2. Second down and 12, back to the 46-yard line. And now a timeout is going to be taken. 2-minute warning. We'll take the timeout as well. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Badgers lead at 80-0.
In life, we all need a strong support team. In sports and in day-to-day life. We have a trusted, strong support team at Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital. For up-to-date healthcare tips and guidelines, join our Facebook page and go to our website. From our physicians to our nursing staff, our technicians, and other specialized healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Sanpete County. Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital, keeping quality healthcare close to home.
Looking for some fun and excitement close to home? Look no further than Snow College, your community college. Join us on campus to cheer on your favorite teams, experience the magic of live theater, take in an art show, and connect with friends and family in a vibrant community atmosphere. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action and make unforgettable memories today. Visit snow.edu/calendar for a full list of what's happening on campus. Snow College, we're your community college.
This is Snow College Sports Action on KMTI.
Welcome back. Second down and 12. Handoff trying to get to the outside, and coming up and making a great tackle for the Badgers is number 33, Antonio Abram.
So college is definitely filling the stat sheet with different players today.
Yeah, deep, and a hard one for me to keep track of is the defense substitutions that have been out there. We'll try to get some of them here. Jackson Tuia is out there. Also, Ty Smith. We've mentioned him before. He ended up with the interception, pick 6, right?
I believe so.
Yep. High snap. Handoff. Trying to find a hole. And gaining a couple of, getting back to the line of scrimmage is about all. Cuthbertson is out there for the Badgers.
Looking like 4th and 16 in a round up there, and that's just been the story all night. You know, they get behind the chains and they got stuck behind, and it's hard to make up those yards when you lose them at first.
Minus 47 rushing yards, 36 passing yards, so total negative yards.
Net negative.
That's not too often you see that.
Very impressive by Snow's defense.
And it looks like the Gladiators are going to take a timeout as the play clock runs down. Give them a little more room to punt here with 23.3 seconds remaining. So we are going to say there's not going to be any more commercials for right now, and I'm going to make the switch here on the cable so we can talk to head coach Zach Erickson on the postgame. How's that? So a punting situation, and is that Brooks Esplin back deep to receive for the Badgers? Nope. It is Titan Saxton. A low line drive kick is going to be bobbled by Saxton. Saxton now picks it up, turns it upfield. He's at the 20, and he's going to take a knee. Wisely done here. 14 seconds remaining, and then the Badgers will run this out, and the final score is going to be 80-0. Okay, your job. Okay. You need to be thinking about this. Little Caesars player of the game. I've warned you about this. Okay. And the St. Pete Steel man of the game. And we'll come up with those on the postgame show. And again, a reminder, we'll have head coach Zach Erickson here on the postgame show. And the Badgers in victory formation here to take a knee. So coming up on the postgame, next week, the Badgers are going to be hosting Georgia Military, a matchup of number 3 versus number 4. The Badgers will be an underdog in that game, even though they'll be playing at home. The Badgers finish with the shutout, 80-0 over Pacific Northwest Christian College. And teams meeting at midfield with the handshakes. So are you thinking about this?
I think I've got a good idea.
Okay, I might just turn this over to you and let you have the whole thing. You get to pick both of them. All right, let's run down a couple of key things here because it'll be a minute here before Zach gives us a call. Defensively, net negative yards. I don't know that I've seen that before.
That is definitely a rare one.
I think a couple of things combined with that. Number one, the Badgers coming off the loss, they had a chip on their shoulder and wanted to prove something. The starting quarterback was out for Pacific Northwestern. He was injured last week against St. George Eagles. And I think just having something to prove by the defense.
Yeah, I think Snow's defense has been one of the best, and they really pride themselves on that. And then the loss 2 weeks ago, really makes them want to prove something, like you said. And I think they definitely proved it tonight. Negative rushing yards and negative net yards.
Net yards, yeah. Minus 48 rushing.
And 36 passing?
And 36 passing. You're absolutely correct.
That is very, very impressive by the defense there.
Not too often you see something like that. 6 first downs for Pacific Northwest, and 4 of those came by virtue of penalties. So only 2 first downs the Badgers give up all night.
Again, you hardly ever see that. And it was one drive, they had a couple good passes strung together, and that's how they got those 2 first downs that weren't penalties. But outside of that, it's not much at all.
Okay, if I told you that it was very balanced off rushing and passing for the Badgers, what would you guess? Within how much?
Of yardage?
Yeah.
Within 10.
Yeah, 285 yards rushing for Snow College, receiving 283.
Wow.
That's pretty balanced. So the Badgers averaged 7.1 yards rushing per play and 12.3 receiving. So they actually rushed the ball more times, but almost identical in yards.
Yeah, great averages too.
Thanks to Drayson Ball for making the trip out here and providing the live stats and giving us some information here that we can use and pass along to you. Still waiting to hear from head coach Zach Erickson. But are you ready to give us the players of the game here? Little Caesars player of the game. For fresh pizza fast, make a pit stop at Little Caesars. Available in Nephi, Ephraim, and also in Gunnison. And also the Sanpete Steel man of the game. Sanpete Steel man of the game is given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game. Sanpete Steel done right and on time and supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence. Okay, so here's the deal. You don't have to tell me which one you want for what, because I know who I've given it to in the past. In fact, I will share that information with you. Okay. So there they are. These are the ones that I've given to in the past.
Well,
but
I think
just give me two names, and then we will decide who gets what.
Well, I think I know who the player of the game is.
Okay,
and,
who are you going with?
Someone who played the whole game.
Okay.
You know, had a lot of touches. You know, but with his foot, I'd say it's the kicker.
Okay.
I'd say we have to give it to Ethan Mann. You know, he had 11 PATs, and a field goal, 14 points. He scored 14 points as the kicker.
Okay.
And all the kickoffs, most of them were really good. And at the end there, I mean, can you blame him for them not going as far? He's been kicking all night. I think he did great. His kickoffs were great. He even had the one that started like an onside kick.
Right.
Not by intention, but it gave him an extra possession. He had the field goal and 11 PATs. He made all of them. I think that's very impressive. And you don't usually give it to the kicker, but I think today I feel like that's very fair.
Okay, and give me another name here. I'll give you a suggestion. You don't have to go with that.
Yeah, I think we'll go with Drew Patterson.
Okay.
Steel man.
Drew Patterson ends up with, missed. We don't need a FaceTime call, Zach, but let me give him a call back here. I think he's ready to go. Drew Patterson finishes with 14 carries, 132 yards net, 120. He averaged 8.6 yards per carry. All right, so let's see here if I can get this turned up. Coach, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations on the win, 80-0. First question for you: do you feel like you accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish?
Yeah, I think we did a good job. We were able to kind of get some things worked out, work on, some things that we had coming into the game that, we wanted to get fixed, and I think we did a good job. I also think that there was some stuff that we still, running some of our zone schemes, we still struggled with a little bit, and so trying to get ourselves to get that stuff fixed going into next week, hopefully will be something we can take into this next week and work on.
Do you ever have a perfect game, though?
No.
I mean, you're saying we have some things to work on, yeah. And that's okay, right? I mean, if you have a perfect game, then what do you yell at them at during the week?
Yeah. We had some turnovers. Like I said, offensively we really struggled running our zone schemes tonight. Defensively, still a couple little things here and there. I think for the most part, defense did play a really good job. They played really well and did a good job. And so, special teams had a couple of things, but always something to fix. Always something to fix.
Hey, I like kicking the field goal. Does that change? I know there's been some question on field goals, and it's not the kicker. I know you've told me that it's not really the kicker. You've had some questions on the line and so forth. But kicking that field goal from 42 yards, does that change how you feel if you get in a situation like that you can, with confidence, go ahead and do that?
I think it's a step in the right direction, obviously,
okay.
Right? I think, it gives that unit confidence. It gives our kicker confidence to know that he can go out there and, like you said, from 42 yards, he can put the ball through the uprights. And so that while it does give us confidence, we'll always take it game by game and situation by situation.
Okay, I can appreciate that. All right, Coach, just a quick preview. Coming up, you've got Georgia Military, a tough game, obviously. It's going to be homecoming. I almost hate having a game like that for homecoming with some of the distractions. How do you prepare for that?
I think for us, we won't treat that any different than how we prepare every week. We've got every game, like we talked about in the pregame show, every game is a playoff game for us from here on out. And we've got to treat every game that way. And so, while we know we have a tough opponent in Georgia Military coming to town, we've just got to make sure that we look at ourselves and see what we can clean up and fix and make sure that we can play our best 60 minutes next Saturday night at home for homecoming. And we talk about homecoming all the time and how our job for homecoming is to win the football game. That's it. It's none of the other distractions. It's not the parade. It's not the dance. It's not any of the contests. Our job for homecoming is to win a football game. So that's how we'll address it, and we hope we can do what we need to do.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us on the postgame show. Congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Gary.
All right,
Bye.
Thank you. All right, so the Badgers come away with the win again, 80-0. Our player of the game is Ethan Mann, the kicker, 11 extra points and a field goal. You got to ice that leg after today, right?
14 points out of a kicker is no joke, especially only one field goal. That's, 12 kicks?
Right.
Through the uprights and every kickoff as
Every
well?
kickoff, yeah, exactly. And Drew Patterson, running back, we're going to give him the steal man of the game. He's going to end up with 14 carries and a net 120 yards. He averaged 8.6 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns as well for Drew Patterson. So a great night.
That's not the starter either.
No.
Keep that in mind.
He's your third-string running back. Does get a lot of touches and does play quite a bit. I mean, really, you go Matt Wilson, A.J. Tillman, those guys are interchangeable.
You got more of a 1A, 1B.
Yes, exactly.
And then 2A, 2B instead of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I that's an excellent way to put it. I appreciate that. A.J. Tillman ends up with just 4 carries for 72 yards. He averaged 18 yards per carry and 1 touchdown. Hard not to give it to him either. And Condi came in and ran the ball well as your backup quarterback.
He did great.
He ends up with 6 carries and 38 yards net, 6.3 yards per carry. He ran for a touchdown as well and a long of 27. And Isaiah Lauofo runs for a touchdown as well. So the Badgers actually run for 5 touchdowns. Running the ball, okay? And then you had, of course, Reggie Frischnick, who catches 2 touchdown passes. And you've got Cash Kayo, who also catches another touchdown pass. So, big Badger win. The Badgers are at home against Georgia Military on Saturday. We'll have that game for you on KMTI AM 650 and on Snow Badger TV. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure to do the game with my son, Jacob Chittister. Thanks for joining me on this trip. And we'll make the long trip home and look forward to next weekend. Thanks for joining us, everyone, for Badger Football on KMTI AM 650 and youtube.com/SnowBadgerTV. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to exciting Snow Badger football on South Central Utah's sports leader, KMTI AM 650. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for more Snow Badger football action on KMTI AM 650.